Go out the way just to help my position.
Out this
Son,
world.
go out the way just to help my position. When I was broke, I just knew I would get it. That hate shit you want ain't no good for my spirit. It is what it is, I got tired of forgiving. Mouth full of ghost crackers, smiling and glisten. Out with the old, my phone jumping this Wednesday. Knew I was special, just needed a listen. Lift up a latch and detaching the ceiling. Super Dushani, the motherfucking greatest. This my new rental, don't care, I drag racing. In your apartment, I'm popping the latest. Started finessing, so that's how we played it. Stepped envelopes, got it right on my brothers. No competition, we shine with each other. So many nights had my mind in the gutter. Mama told me like, boy, keep it together. Link with a big booty freak, it's whatever. Bet like a ring, we ain't cutting, we wrestle. Call my connect, need a package of pressure. Mind on my money, you know how I'm stepping. Take your advice, but I really ain't need it. You in my presence, 1K, how you keep it? Act like a star so they don't treat me basic. Bills like niggas start getting creative. Go out the way just to help my position. When I was broke, I just knew I would get it. That hate shit you want ain't no good for my spirit. It is what it is, I got tired of forgiving. Mouth full of ghost crackers, smiling and glisten. Out with the old, my phone jumping this Wednesday. Knew I was special, just needed a listen. Lift up a latch and detaching the ceiling. Super Dushani, the motherfucking greatest. This my new rental, don't care, I drag racing. In your apartment, I'm popping the latest. Started finessing, so that's how we played it. Started. Let's get this show on the road. Hey man, powerful bills only. Powerful motherfucking bills only. We missing two people right now. We waiting on Silky D and Uncle Sid. I think Uncle Sid just dropped in. Yeah, Uncle Sid just dropped in. So we got Mel versus Yaya. Me, Yashub, and Uncle Sid, we will be the judges. Me, Yashub, Uncle Sid, we will be the judges. We're waiting on Silky D to come in. Silky D is gonna be the moderator. If Silky D ass is late, you know he was a white girl, and we would take his plate.
No doubt, no doubt.
Please,
Hold up, real quick. Yaya and Yaya and Mel. Uncle Sid and Lucifer, introduce yourself.
Peace, everybody. Y'all know who it is. I'm Uncle Sid, Pseudo Killer Official, and it's going to be a pleasure to judge this debate tonight. Y'all know the criteria, what I'm judging on. I'm judging on if you lay your premise accurately, if you can structure your arguments accordingly, and you can stay within the time limit as proposed. Of course, where possible, the information will be fact-checked, and those are going to be the things I'm going to judge the debate on. May the best man win. Hope you guys are prepared. Let's get it.
All right. Hey, we got my bad. Go ahead, Yashu.
Yeah, man. Lucifer, Yap Game representative, Genesis 49. Y'all already know I'm coming, man. I'm just gonna be looking for presentations, strength of argument, consistency, relevancy, and citations, man. That's what I'm looking for in this debate. That's what I'm gonna grade y'all on this debate, man. I want to see sources. I want to see where y'all getting it from. I want to see if you can explain it well, and I want to see a presentation. So y'all better be putting in that work in, man, because I'm grading y'all, bro. I'm giving y'all points. So let's get it, man. Let's go.
All right, and last but not before we get the fighters and before we introduce the fighters, last but not least, and this nigga came right on goddamn time for his name to be called, the moderator of tonight's show, Silky D. Go and introduce yourself, brother.
Oh man, what it do? Shout out to everybody in the building tonight. You know what I'm saying? Glad everybody made it. Let's what we got in store tonight is gonna be an epic battle. We got two debaters, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna bring it out. It's your boy Silky D, you know what I'm saying? I'm here, I'm gonna be hosting it. Hey, back to your corners. That's gonna be me tonight. You feel me? So we're gonna tell them, hey, take your sip of water, spit it back in the bucket, and get back in there. So yeah, tonight, man, I just can't wait to see these two fighters go at it. You know, so I'm excited. Everybody, props to the panel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wavy. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to everybody that's putting it on to push the culture further as we grow larger. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right, let's introduce the fighters for tonight's show. Let's introduce the fighters for tonight's show. Fighters, come out of your corner. Yaya, introduce yourself to the people. Yaya, you there?
Okay, let's work
What's
out
the
the
word?
technical
What's the word? Can
difficulties.
y'all
Give
hear
us
me?
a second to get the technical.
Can y'all,
Oh, okay, sound
can
like
y'all
you
hear me?
good.
Can y'all
Mic
hear
Come
me?
check
on, Yaya,
sound
we
good.
live. Come on, Yaya, we live.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, yeah, it's the boy Yaya on the one and twos, aka Rainbow. Uh, follow your boy. Follow my channel. Is the awakening of the inner being. Today's topic is I'll be proving that according to the atomic level at quantum, uh, according to uh, quantum mechanics at the atomic level, um, matter does not exist in the sense as we see it today. I will be proving that it's energy, and that it's not only that it's energy, but it's wave frequencies that are surrounded by electrons or electro clouds. So I'll be proving that it's all energy at the atomic level, and there's no need for solidity.
All right. Hey, Jalen. Jalen, I'm gonna send you the YouTube link. I don't want nobody to, you know what I'm saying, play no politics. So, Jalen, watch from YouTube for me, gang. All right, and whoever that is, alchemizing energy. We already got our judges and our moderator on the panel. So, Jalen, I'm gonna send you the YouTube link, gang. Watch from YouTube and alchemizing energy. I'm gonna send you the YouTube link. DJ Genesis. Who is DJ Genesis? Hey, DJ Genesis. Check out the YouTube link, gang.
That's my female champion. Yeah, she the coldest, man. Female
Oh,
student,
now
she get down, dog.
hey, Silk, we don't need no co-host. We don't need no. I already told you what to do, brother. All right,
No, I don't know.
we good. All right, do we hear from
No,
Mel?
no, no, not at all, not at all. But I'm here though. You know, shout out to the barbarians, the Liberian barbarian here, Mel. We here to debate. You know, the solid matter exists at the atomic level according to quantum physics. Shout out to my opponent for showing up to get this work. And if you got a presentation, you know, this is definitely, you know, a shot at everybody who take 2 weeks to get their fucking debates together, 2 weeks to get their shit ready. Like we did this shit on 2 days prep. So tighten up. We here to work.
All right, Silky D. I'm gonna hand the keys over to you.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Y'all know what time it is. So who wanna kick it off first?
You can let the challenger go first.
Yep.
And
I'm the affirmative, so yeah, but definitely go first. All right,
okay, and we got the time set, right? How long would this round be?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. We got a 5 minute clock. Do we have a timekeeper? All right, sounds good to me. Okay,
Do we
and
have a timekeeper?
Hey, Silk, 5 minute intro, right?
Do we have a timekeeper? Because I can
Yeah.
keep the time.
Yeah, I ain't heard if we had a timekeeper or not.
Nah, we good. We got a
yeah,
time.
we good.
Hey,
Yeah, y'all don't worry about timekeeper.
this the intro, right?
All
Yep.
right.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
just the opening.
All
Five
right.
minutes.
Intro. 5 minute intro on mail. Kick it off.
I bet. I'm sharing my screen. Can y'all see it? Don't start my time yet until you see my screen.
Hold on.
All right, we good? I bet. Okay, go ahead and start that clock. All right, so like I said earlier, today we're debating does solid matter exist at the atomic level according to quantum physics. First, we're gonna start off with the quantum nature of solid matter. We gotta understand this and break this down. Solid objects we touch every day appear to be continuous and impenetrable, but at the atomic level, they tell a different story. When we examine matter at quantum scales, we discover a fascinating realm where traditional physics breaks down and a new set of principles governs reality. Hey, whoever mic is hot, go ahead and mute that. In this presentation, we'll explore how quantum mechanics explains why solid matter exists despite being composed primarily of empty space. We'll journey from the strange behavior of subatomic particles to the emergent properties that create the solid world we experience. Understanding the quantum foundation of solidity not only satisfies our curiosity about fundamental physics, but also enables technological breakthroughs in material science, computing, and energy technologies. And we'll cover all of that today. But first, we're going to lay out some few important terms here. Because, we're going to talk about physics. I'm going to make sure you guys get to work and make sure you understand what we're talking about. So first, we're going to talk about the first word, solid matter. I'm going to give you the definition and the context. The definition, a solid is one of the four fundamental states of matter characterized by structural rigidity and resistance to change in shape or volume. There's a source of that. The context is, in a solid, atoms are packed closely together in a fixed, regular pattern. All other positions are governed by quantum vibrations. Next word, atomic level. The definition is the scale of length roughly corresponding to the size of an atom, typically around zero point 0.1 nanometers. The context is at the atomic level, matter must be treated using quantum mechanics because classical descriptions fail. And we're going to elaborate on that today. The next one, quantum physics. The definition is the branch of physics that deals with systems on an atomic and subatomic scales, where energy, momentum, and other quantities are quantized. I probably did not specify whether we was dealing with atomic, whether we was dealing with subatomic scales, so we're going to address the atomic today. And lastly, I've already mentioned this, we're going to go into it, classical physics. Classical physics is the framework of physical laws developed before the advent of quantum mechanics and relativity, including Newtonian mechanics, Maxwell's electromagnetism, and classical thermodynamics, which accurately describe most everyday phenomenon at human scales and low velocities. Now, here's some more Here's some more important terms here. If you want, you can pause the screen here and you'll see you got existence, which is the state of being real and having objective reality. Observation and measurement, which is in quantum mechanics, measurement collapses a waveform into a singular eigenstate given a definite result. Wave function, which is a mathematical function that contains all the information about a quantum system. And lastly, emergence, the phenomena that arises from the collective interactions of a simpler entity in which are not predictable from the properties of individual components. So this is me laying the foundation for this entire conversation. Again, I am the affirmative. My position is yes, and that is my round.
All right, all right, all right. Okay. That was that boy Mel's beginning of the first round. All right, let's take it on over to Yaya. How you feeling, brother?
Okay. I'm one. I want to. Can you hear me?
Mic
Can you hear
check.
me?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
you. We
cool.
can hear you. Mic check one more time. Are you good? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let me see. Finish up my screen.
All right, timekeeper, you good? All right, all right. Well,
Hold
you know
on.
what? I ain't gonna
Hold
hold
on.
you
Hold
up
on.
no longer.
Let me share my screen. Let me know if y'all got it first.
Okay. Let him get his technical stuff together, fellas. As soon as he set up, we in there.
Is it sharing?
Yeah, you good to go. Green light, brother.
Is it sharing?
Yes, sir.
But I don't see on mine. Okay, there
You
we go.
good?
All right. Well, okay, cool. Like this is just a little simple presentation. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't need 5 minutes. You know, like the brother said he'll be proving classical matter, and I'll be proving quantum mechanics according to modern physics. Uh, in quantum mechanics, particles like electrons and quarks they exhibit in duality. I'll be proving that, and I'll be proving that the characteristics of both energy waveforms and discrete particles are fundamentals or altering and understanding of matter, right? So not only I'll be proving that, I'll be proving that quantum forces prevents atoms from passing through each other, right? Which causes illusion. You get what I'm saying? So that too as well. And then I also will be diving into split experiments where I'll be when particles like ions are fired at a barrel with two slits, they exhibit or exhibit interference patterns. I'll be proving that these electrons and don't have patterns according to modern quantum mechanics. You get what I'm saying? Not only I'll be proving that, I also will be proving that uh, atoms are majority empty spaces. When I say majority, not saying all, I'll be proving that when I say majority of empty spaces, I mean that they are consist of nucleus. So these are probabilities. You get what I'm saying? That I will be proving according to quantum physics, quantum mechanics. That's all I need.
All right. Okay, Yaya. Sound like you got a lot to prove there, brother. Sound like you got a nice load. Sound like Mel. Sound like he good to go. Y'all two debaters. Y'all are here tonight to get it on. Let's go ahead and kick it off. All right, we talking 10-minute rounds, right? Two of them.
Yep, two things. Let's go.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's on Mel. Is it on Mel or it's on Yah?
Y'all see my presentation? We good to
It's
go?
on. Okay, Mel. Yeah, time man, you ready? I ain't gonna hold you up no more, brother. Mel, it's on you. Take it away.
I bet. And we're going to start that time. For the record, I specified in my intro we are not dealing with classical physics. But you're going to get this work. We're going to figure that out together. You're going to get this work. So, first, we're going to talk about the puzzle of solid objects. If atoms are 99.9999% empty space, why can't we walk through walls? This fundamental question challenged physicists in the earliest 20th century. The nucleus of an atom occupies a tiny fraction of its volume, with electrons orbiting at relatively vast distances. When you press your hand against a table, you're not actually touching it in the conventional sense. Instead, you're experiencing the electromagnetic repulsion between the electrons in your hand and those in the table's surface. Classical physics fails to explain why solid objects maintain their form. It resists penetration. The answer lies in quantum mechanics, which is also quantum physics, which introduces principles that govern particle behavior at the atomic scale, creating what we perceive as solidity. Next page. Key affirmative points to remember. These are my points. I'm going to bring these back up later on as a debate. Make sure you guys are following. The first one, operational existence. If solids didn't exist at the atomic level, we couldn't build solid state drives, manipulate atoms with nanotechnology, or define crystal structures. Emergent properties matter. Solidity doesn't require classical particles. It arises from quantum rules, such as the Pauli exclusion principle, which we definitely going to get into today, electron orbitals, and etc. Quantum theory describes solidity, not denies it. Electrons occupy orbitals that define the structure of solids. Quantum chemistry and solid state physics rely on this to predict real world material properties today. Direct observations. Scanning, tunneling microscopes, and atomic force microscopes show solid structure at the atomic level. And the scientific consensus. Even in quantum field theory, the concept of solid remains valid in describing systems with regular atomic arrangements in resistance to deformation. Let's continue. First, I got to give you the breakdown of quantum mechanics. We got to go over the overview. There's three parts. There's wave-particle duality, where electrons act like both particles and waves at the same time. This was first suggested by Louis de Broglie in 1924, who changed how we understand matter. The wave side of electrons is especially important when explaining how they move inside an atom. Second is probability waves. In quantum physics, particles don't have exact locations like in classical physics. Instead, they exist as clouds of possibilities, described by something called a wave function. The Schrodinger equation explains how these waves of probability change over time and space. This gives us a new way to think about what's real. Third, scale-dependent effects. Quantum rules are very important at the level of atoms, but they mostly disappear at those everyday scales of classical physics. That's why things around us seem to follow regular classical physics, even though they're made up of quantum particles. So we're going to talk about the quantum fields and how they fill up space. At the most fundamental level, matter is not composed of isolated particles, but instead described by quantum fields that extend throughout all of space. These fields form the true building blocks of the universe, with each type of particle corresponding to a specific quantum field. Even in the absence of visible particles, quantum fields are still present and active. What we call empty space is in fact filled with these fields, which constantly undergo fluctuations due to the principles of quantum mechanics. These fluctuations can give rise to momentary appearances of particles and antiparticles, which is a phenomenon known as vacuum fluctuations. Yeah, we're going to get into that too. This ever-present dynamic energy challenges the classical notion of a true vacuum. Instead of emptiness, the vacuum is a seething background of virtual activity and latent energy. Shout out to Stephen Hawking. This insight has profound implications for fields ranging from cosmology to particle physics, revealing that even nothing is something. Vacuum energy and fluctuations. In classical physics, a vacuum is defined as a complete absence of matter and energy. However, quantum theory reveals a very different picture. According to quantum electrodynamics and quantum chromodynamics, even a vacuum is not truly empty. It contains fluctuating quantum fields that constantly shift due to the uncertainty principle. These quantum fluctuations result in the spontaneous creation and annihilation of virtual particles, which exist for fleeting moments before they disappear again. Though they cannot be directly observed, the effects are measurable, such as in the Casimir effect, where two uncharged metallic plates placed close together experience an attractive force due to changes in vacuum energy. The vacuum then is a dynamic and energetic medium, a cornerstone concept in modern physics that plays a role in everything from particle interactions to the expansion of the universe. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. We're going to go into the Pauli exclusive principle. There's three steps here. Exclusive quantum states. Each electron requires its own unique quantum state. Energy level arrangement. Electrons arranged at hierarchical energy levels. Electron cloud formation. They create the effective volume of atoms. In 1925, Wolfgang Pauli, who's up there in the right-hand corner, said that no two electrons can be the exact same state. This rule makes electrons spread out into different energy levels around the nucleus, helping shape the size and structure of atoms. Without this rule, all electrons would crowd in the lowest energy level, atoms wouldn't have structure, and elements wouldn't have different properties. This rule helps explain chemical bonds, and we definitely don't get into those, the periodic table, and why matter seems solid. We'll get into the wave functions and the probability distributions of those wave functions. In quantum mechanics, particles such as electrons are not described as occupying precise locations. Instead, they're represented by wave functions, mathematical functions that encode the probabilities of finding a particle in various positions in space. See, people think when they look at atoms represent what we see in the universe, planets surrounding the solar system. That's not what an atom is. Atoms don't operate like that. That's old school knowledge. That's that classical physics that we got to get rid of. For atoms, this means electrons don't orbit nuclei like miniature planets. Rather, they exist in orbitals, regions where the probability of locating an electron is highest. These orbitals form diffuse cloud-like shapes that define the atom's spatial extent. Because of this, atoms lack hard surfaces and instead interact through overlapping probability clouds guided by quantum forces like the Pauli exclusion principle. This probabilistic nature is fundamental to the behavior of matter at the microscopic scale,
2 minutes.
challenging those
2 minutes.
classical institutions and enabling phenomena such as tunneling and chemical bonding. Let's get into this bonding real quick. So there's four types of quantum mechanical bonding. There's covalent bonds, there's the ionic bonds, there's van der Waals forces, there's metallic bonds. We're going to get into all of them because these are important. Electrons are shared between atoms, creating a strong directional bonds, like covalent bonds. These dominated molecules like water and organic compounds. Then we go into ionic bonds. Electrons are transferred between atoms, creating charged ions that attract each other electrostatically, common in salts like NaCl or the van der Waals forces. Weak attractions between molecules due to temporary dipoles. These explain properties like the condensation in gases. And then you got the metallic bonds. Electrons are delocalized across many atoms, which create a sea of electrons. This gives metals their conductivity and malleability. Chemical bonds form because of quantum effects. When atoms get close, their electrons interact and either attract or repel each other. The kind of bond that forms depends on the atoms and how it affects the material looks, how it affects how the material looks and behaves. That's my time.
All right, all right. You still had 30 seconds. Hey man,
Nope.
say man, that is the end. We halfway through this first round. Hey man, roll your blunts, pull your drink. I ain't even roll. Hey Silk, I ain't even lit my blunt yet. I ain't even lit. I'm about to light it right now. Go ahead, President. You got the flow.
Oh man, yeah, man, that boy Mel coming out the gate. Yaya, Yaya with the rebuttal
For the
coming.
word. Are you ready?
Yeah, oh yeah, you green light, brother. You ready to go?
Let me get it on in.
All right, man. Hey,
Let,
green light,
let me
brother.
know.
Carrier, take it
Hold
away.
on, let me know. Let me know what you got my screen.
Oh, let's get him on the tube.
Hold on.
All right, all right.
Is it on there?
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Hello. I don't tell nobody yet. I just sit over here on the side. Okay. All right, you go ahead and start my time, young.
All right, yeah, it's on you. Bottom of the first. Let's go.
I'm ready. Let's get it. All right. So the brother, if you notice, if anybody notice anything about energy or energy, we all know that according to modern quantum physics, to matter at the atomic level, there's nothing there. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing there. You feel me? At the majority of the atomic level, yes, atoms does consist of nucleus, but like I said, it's probabilities. You get what I'm saying? So on my screen here, it says classical mechanics, right? Describes motion of microscopic objects using deterministic laws, right? So if you notice, if anybody notice, or if anybody know anything about experiments, anything on an atomic level cannot be seen on a microscopic level. Now you can only see solid matter on a microscopic level, and you can only see it on a microscopic level. but you cannot see solid matter in the atomic level. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you an example real quick. I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean. Give me just a second. It's like a table, right? We all know that when it comes to a table is supposedly be solid matter, right? But the reason you can't put your hand through the table is because the electromagnetic forces that's within the table. So in reality, this table is really not solid. You get what I'm saying? The table is really electric. You know what I mean? It's built, it's the atoms that's within the table that's causing you not to go through the table or break through the table. You get what I'm saying? So when his brother bring up classical mechanics, he dealing with old school mechanics, old school physics. Uh when they try to say that right here where it says that sorry about that. It said deterministic versus probabilities, right? Classical mechanics based on deterministic principles, meaning that if initially conditions of a system are known, right? Are known is future. Let me see if I can zoom in real quick. If I can, give me a second. Let me hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see if let me zoom in. I can barely see it myself. Scoring my damn eyes.
You want me to stop your time,
Okay,
Yaya?
well, yeah, I can see it. No, no, no. Can you still see the? Can you see it? Can you still see my screen? Is
Yeah,
my
you
screen
good.
still sharing? Okay.
Yeah, you
Well,
good.
all right. In a sense, right? It's like okay. Well, it says determinism versus probability, right? It said classical mechanics based on deterministic principles, meaning that if the initial conditions of a system are known, its future behavior can be predicted with certainty using Newton's laws of motion. Now, the quantum mechanics introduce in uncertainty and probabilities behavior, right? So quantum mechanics, according to today, it debunks classical mechanics on them saying that they're there. You get what I'm saying? That is matter there. But according to modern quantum physics, it's based on probability behavior, right? That exact position and monument of particles connect initially known, right? As described by uncertainty principles. We all know about that. A lot of people don't know about that, but we'll dive into that later in second round, right? So now, number two, right? It says the scale of application, classical mechanics, right? I'm just showing the difference between the two and how quantum mechanics, which is modern day uh quantum mechanics, debunks classical mechanics, right? He said classical mechanics, right, on a scale of application applies to a macro, right? Like I said earlier, you can only see this on a micro object or a micro level. You get what I'm saying? So it says it applies to a micro object subject as planets, cars, and everyday phenomena. Oh, sorry about that. It provides accurate predictions for motion and forces in the observable world. So things that we can observe today, like as we talking on the computer today, you get what I'm saying, stuff like that. But according to the quantum mechanics of today, it deals with the microscopic particles such as atoms and subatomic particles. So we're dealing with the atomic level here. You get what I'm saying? It is initially for understanding phenomena that cannot be explained by classical mechanics. So these are the things that classical mechanics. Sorry about that. These are the things that classical mechanics cannot explain. They can't explain why there's an energy cloud there, and if atom's supposed to be empty automatically. You get what I'm saying? So it says such as automatic structure and chemical reaction. It said wave particle, right? Wave number three, wave particle duality. Classical mechanics, right? It said treats particles as distance entities with well-defined positions and velocities, right? But quantum mechanics, we all know that quantum mechanics, when it comes to these type of things, wave particles, uh, they doesn't have a set fix. You get what I'm saying? Nothing orbits, right? So it says introduce the concept of wave particle duality, where particles exhibit both wave like and particle like uh, properties. So this means that uh, this this means that energy can form as both matter and energy at the same time. You get what I'm saying? Why? Because it's a wave like duality. Everything have a duality. You get what I'm saying? And this is evident in experiments that the double slit experiment where particles create interference patterns. So that means these patterns don't follow each other. You get what I'm saying? They what's that called? Uh it's not like follow the leader. You get what I'm saying? They're not following the leader here. They don't have a a form of field where they have a set standard. You get what I'm saying? Like how some atoms have a set position. These this type of energy right here that's at the atomic level have a duality where it can form wave like particles into energy and into matter, right? So number four, it said the measurements and the observed effect. The classical mechanics, right? The measurement does not affect the system being measured. It is objective and straightforward, right? But according to quantum physics, the act of measurement influenced the system, causing the wave function to collapse into a definite state. This leads to the observed effect
Two
where the
minutes.
outcome
2 minutes.
this lead to the observed effect where the outcome of measurement is inherently probabilistic. So this is where the probabilities come in at. You get what I'm saying? This is where classical mechanics can explain the probabilities, but according to modern according to modern mechanics, we actually found these probabilities within these clouds in these atoms that are electrons. Number five, right? It said superposition and entanglement. Classical mechanics does not account for superposition. Objective half definition states, right? But according to quantum physics, I mean not quantum physics, but according to quantum mechanics, it allows for superposition, right? Where particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously until measured, right? Entanglement is another unique phenomenon where particles become correctly and the state of one particle is initially affects the state of another, regardless of its distance. And then we're gonna dive into the sources one by one. Because if you look at it, right, it's broken down from one to six, and they got sources by them. So in the next round, we're gonna cover all these sources, and we're gonna break down classical mechanics and how quantum mechanics, modern quantum mechanics, debunks the old school classical mechanics. I'm good. You can go ahead and use that.
All right, man. Hey, both of
Hey,
these. Hey, Silk. That was the first round. Both of these, they know when to stop. They know they time themselves before this. You got the flow, Silk. Like, share, and subscribe, by the way.
no, man, yeah, man, we getting off our seats right now, man. That first round was hey, okay, yeah, we sell respect, brothers, respect for that first round. I see y'all. We ready for the second. Debaters, are we ready for the second? Oh yeah, we
Yes, sir.
fired
Yes,
up.
sir.
Pick a
You
time
gotta get rid of
and
that
run the
Pie Club
time.
shirt so the people can see the information. All
Yeah, you good, you good.
right, guys, stop that clock.
Oh, it's on you
Hey,
then,
mute
Mel.
my mic.
Take it off.
Hey, mute my mic real quick. Hold on. Mute my mic real quick.
We
Yeah,
good to
mute
go?
up, Yaya. All right, Mel, take off.
Okay, we good to go. Bet. First of all, I thought we were debating solid matter, not whether we debated classical versus quantum. That was my position, just to give clarity. That way the audience can follow, you know? But let's get back to it. So we're going to talk about the quantum foundation of fluidity. Because that's what we are here for. That was the whole purpose of this debate. So let's get to it. So there's 4 steps here. There's the atomic scale. Quantum mechanics governs electron behavior and atomic interactions. There's the molecular level, when we talked about those chemical bonds that form through quantum mechanical interactions. There's the material structure. We're going to talk about the bulk properties emerging from collective quantum behavior. And in the next slide, we'll get to those. Actually, the slide after, we'll get to those macroscopic objects, which shows solidity emerging on a large scale consequence of quantum rules. Quantum physics explains that solid matter exists not because particles sit still in place, but because of the rules and structures set by quantum fields and those wave functions we talked about. Electrons, like I said before, and I'll say it again, they do not orbit around like tiny planets. They exist as probability clouds around atoms, and their positions and their energies are limited by the Pauli exclusion principle, which keeps them from all crowding in the same space. These clouds overlap in specific ways, creating stable bonds between atoms. Forces like electromagnetism and quantum fluctuations help lock atoms into place in solids. So even though everything is constantly moving and uncertain at the quantum level, the overall result is order and stability. Understanding this quantum foundation has profound implications. It enables the development of new materials with precise engineered properties, advances in quantum computing, and deeper insights in fundamental physics. What appears solid to our senses, in reality, is a sophisticated quantum dance of probability waves and forces. Let's get to it. Quantum tunneling is solid. So we got to talk about the tunneling phenomenon. Quantum tunneling happens when particles pass through barriers that, according to classical physics, they shouldn't be able to cross. This works because quantum particles act like waves, not just solid objects, and those waves can stretch beyond the barrier, giving a particle a small chance to appear on the other side. You have applications of this quantum tunneling in nature. It explains radioactive alpha decay, where alpha particles escape the atomic nuclei by traveling through the nuclear potential barrier. It also plays a crucial role in nuclear fusion within stars, which enables protons to overcome their mutual repulsion and fuse at temperatures that would otherwise be insufficient. And then we're going to talk about the macroscopic limitations. The probability of tunneling decreases exponentially with the mass of the object and the width of the barrier. This explains why tunneling is virtually unobservable from macroscopic objects. The probability becomes astronomically small, effectively preventing us from walking through the walls. So here we go with the macroscopic quantum effects. This is real-world examples where we can see this taking place with solid matter being present at the atomic level. You have superconductivity. Below critical temperature, certain materials exhibit zero electrical resistance as electron pairs form copper pairs that move through lattice without scattering. This quantum coherent state enables phenomena like perfect conductivity and magnetic levitation. We're going to go into the Bose-Einstein condensates. When atoms are cooled to near absolute zero, they can collapse into a single quantum state, behaving as one superatom. This state of matter exhibits quantum properties at visible scales, and it was first created in 1995. Quantum computing, my favorite. Leveraging quantum superposition and entanglement, quantum computers perform certain calculations exponentially faster than classical computers. The technology depends on maintaining quantum coherence across multiple qubits. Quantum effects usually show up at the atomic level, but under special conditions. They can appear on a larger visible scale. These effects not only reveal how nature works, but also power new technologies, from the advanced transportation to the quantum computers. All right. So lastly, before we wrap up this round, the importance of primary research in quantum physics. Because we got to discuss this, because we got to make sure that moving forward, when people discuss quantum physics, they know how to approach it. Discussing quantum physics relies heavily on primary research because the field is built on experimental data. And original theoretical developments, such as those that challenge classical intuitions, quantum phenomena such as superposition, entanglement, and vacuum fluctuations cannot be fully understood or verified without directly referencing the foundational mathematical formulations, experimental results, and peer review findings in primary sources. If you notice, all of my citations were primaries. They were primary experiments, they were also primaries for those who did the mathematical work. Primary research provides the most accurate, up to date, peer reviewed insights, often revealing subtle details that secondary summaries may overlook or simplify. It also allows scientists and scholars to critically evaluate methodologies, assumptions, and interpretations, which is the essential in a field where precision and nuance are everything. For example, our understanding of the behavior of quantum fields in a vacuum comes directly from the original papers and experimental reports. Relying solely on popular summaries or outdated textbooks risk misunderstanding or misrepresenting the science. Okay, so before we wrap this up, I'm going to take it back to my key affirmative points to remember. We're going to focus back on this because I started this debate off with this, and now my opponent has to be able to answer these things. So we talked about operational existence. Yaya must show that these technologies are possible, such as nanotechnology or crystal structures, without assuming a solid state structure. You got to show that. Emergent properties matter. Yaya must argue that the emergent properties from atomic interactions don't qualify as solid, which is a very high bar. Quantum
2 minutes.
theory
2 minutes
that
left.
describes yep, quantum theory that describes solidity, not denies it. Yaya must prove that quantum theory invalidates the concepts of solids rather than deepens it. Direct observations. Yaya must dismiss or reinterpret physical observations that support atomic solidity. And lastly, we talked about the consensus. Yaya must argue against a mountain of peer reviewed physics, chemistry, and engineering literature. And that's my debate. That's it.
Time.
All right. All
Time,
right.
man.
Let me
Time is
say this.
time.
Let me say this, Big Silky. Let me say this, President.
Go ahead, well, you got it.
All right, man. Hey, we got 25 people in the chat. I need everybody to hit the like button. And I want to also say, these comments going crazy. We got all the kings and the queens that matter inside the building. We got Kayel in this bitch. We got Naga in this bitch. We got the queens, Tiffany and Honey in this bitch. We got Lioness Purr in this motherfucker. We got Dwayne. Hey, Silk, Dwayne is in the chat. We got Dwayne in this bitch. Hemi in this bitch. Aunt Juju in this bitch. We got Sage in this bitch. Apollo is in this bitch. Hey, everybody named Mama is in this bitch. Hey, everybody, get us to 10 likes. Get us to 10 likes and keep that chat going motherfucking crazy, man. At the end of this, we're going to throw that poll up. We're going to judge it. You know what I'm saying? We are going into round number 2.
Already, and I'm talking about. All right, man. Yeah, man, too. Are you ready, brother? It's all right. Give me every now and then we get hit with the glitch.
Hey, my
Yes,
bad,
sir.
Yaya. I had your mic muted. My bad, Yaya. I had your mic muted.
Oh,
Say your screen one more time, Yaya.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. You ready, brother?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Already. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hold on. We're gonna wait for you to load up. And you know what? Yeah, we're gonna as soon as it load up, I know you in there. We're gonna let you
Hold
loose.
on, yeah.
All right. Yeah, yeah. It's on you. Take it away, brother.
Okay. Hold on, let me zoom in. All right, what I got on my screen today is okay. What I got on my screen today is a declassified document from the CIA. This is called the Gateway Project. Solid matter. You know what I mean? On how we see it at the atomic level according to quantum physics. Like I said earlier, basically like everything is energy. You get what I'm saying? And at the atomic level, uh matter does not exist. If you look at it, brother, the brother been showing slides this whole time. You get what I'm saying? The brother haven't been showing no at all. You get what I'm saying? Besides slides. Like I said, what I have on my screen is a declassified document. For the ones in the back chat who don't know what a declassified document is, it's a document, right? That's no longer held a secret. So you have a classified document, you have a declassified. So this document, right, is based off consciousness and energy at the atomic level, right? So they ran projects upon human beings, and from many of the projects, right, they come to find out they think that at the atomic level, as we see, matter does not exist, right? So as I said, this is a declassified document. It's called the Gateway Project. You can look it up. You get what I'm saying? It's been signed by the CIA. You get what I'm saying? But I'm for the reason energy, right? It said before our explanation can proceed any further, it is initially to define that the mechanism by which the human mind exercises the function known as consciousness, right? And to describe the way in which that consciousness operates to deduce meaning from the stimulation or the stimulus which is received. To do this, it said to do this, the will first consider the fundamental characteristics of the material world in which we have our physical existence in order to accurately perceive the raw stuff which our consciousness must work. The first point which needs to be needs to be made is that the two terms matter and energy, right? So they for to break down the two terms of matter and energy, right? So the two terms of matter and energy, to remind you guys, this is a CIA declassified document. You go look this up yourself. You get what I'm saying. This is from the CIA. You get what I'm saying. And but like it says matter and energy, right? Tend to be misleading if taken to indicate two distinctly different states of existence, like the brother is doing. You get what I'm saying? The brother is showing that matter is there at the atomic level and energy is not present. But we all know that according to Einstein theory, the EM2, the energy was first, and that mass and energy is interchangeable with each other. That's what the brother don't understand, but it's some things he gonna have to explain to as well. But I'm continue reading, right? It says, right, first we must understand the fundamental of character of the material world in which we have our physical existence in order to accurately perceive the raw stuff within which our consciousness must work. The first point which we need to be made is that the two terms, matter and energy, tend to be misleading if taken to indicate two states of existence. In the physical world that we know, in the physical world that we know in, right? Indeed, if the term matter is taken to mean solid, right, substance as opposed to energy, right? Because like I was telling the brother earlier, you know what I mean? If there's no matter, I mean, there's no energy there, then how could it be solid? You get what I'm saying? When matter is composed of energy, or matter is a fundamental of energy. We all know that. That's why I say anybody that deals with energy knows that matter is a fundamental of energy, and that energy was first, right? So it said in the physical world that we know it, right? Indeed, if the term matter is taken to mean solid substance as opposed to energy, which is understood to mean a force of some sort, then that use of the former is entirely, pardon me, misleading. Science now knows that both the electrons, which I've been explaining earlier, science now knows this is, now we're dealing with modern quantum mechanics now. You get what I'm saying? Science now knows that both the electrons, which spin in the energy field located around the nucleus, like I explained earlier, of the atom, and the nucleus itself are made up of what? Nothing, right? So it's made up of nothing, right? More than oscillating energy grids. So made of nothing more than just energy grids, right? So what are these energy grids doing? Something must be going on to cause this illusion of solidness, right? Like the brother said, see, you must have actual evidence when you step on a panel to deal with Yaya Bay too. You get what I'm saying? So now, to back me up from what I was saying earlier, right? Not only quantum mechanics back me up, but now I have a CIA declassified document from scientists themselves, from physicians themselves, from psychiatrists themselves saying this, right? It said misleading, right? Science now knows that both the electrons, which spin in the energy field located around the nucleus of the atom, and the nucleus itself are made up of nothing more than oscillating energy grids. So now, what does this mean? Solid matter, right? Solid matter in the strict construction of the term simply does not exist. Let me read that again for you. This is from a declassified document from the CIA. Declassified means it's no longer more secret. You can now have this now. You get what I'm saying? So now we have evidence from the CIA proving that according to quantum physics, solid matter does not exist. But rather, right, at the atomic structure, at the atomic level, we speaking of the atomic level now, brother, the atomic level. Now, rather at the atomic level, the atomic structure, right, is composed of what? Of oscillating energy grids surrounding by oscillating energy grids, which orbit at extraordinary high speeds. So basically, right, these energy grids are orbiting at a high speed around this atom, right? And by this orbiting around this atom at a high speed, it's creating illusion of solid matter at the atomic level. Not saying that the things that we see today, right, isn't real, but I'm just saying that the things that we see today are composed of electromagnetic fields or electromagnetic forces. Sorry about that. Right? So now it says, right? It's the energy grids, and that simply does not exist, right? Solid matter in the construction term that we know as in today does not exist. Rather, at the atomic structure or the atomic level, as we know today, is composed of isolating energy grids surrounding by other isolating energy grids, and these grids are moving at the speed of light. You get what I'm saying? They're moving at the speed of light, right? And in the Arthur book, right, Stalking the Wild, it says this. Hold on, look at that. Hold on, man. This thing is tripping.
You good? I pause your time.
Oh, right on, right on.
You was creep. You was creeping. You was creeping on your last
Oh,
minute
it's
and a
good. It's
half.
good. Go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead and end it.
Go ahead. You got 2 minutes. You say go
But
on.
yeah,
You got two.
no, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use okay, but before I start messing up, in the book called The Wow, right? That book, it's a scientist. I forgot his name, but I'm gonna bring it out. That scientist or physician, not only did he prove that Einstein was right, that energy was first, but he also proved that it's nothing at the atomic level, but nothing but energy there moving at a fast frequency, creating an illusion of solidity, right? So the brother, he been saying stuff about classical matter, right? So the brother got to explain, right? The question I'm gonna ask him, like, can you explain how electromagnetic forces between atoms, right, contribute to the issue of solidity, even though atoms themselves are empty spaces? Brother got to explain that. Then the brother got to explain, uh, given that electrons exist as probabilities, cloud, which I mean as in wave functions, right? Rather than fixed parts, he got to prove that how does this aligned up with solid matter at the atomic level according to quantum mechanics. You get what I'm saying? Uh, the brother also got to prove uh what Einstein said about the EMC2, right? Shows that how mass is just a concentrated energy, right? So he had to prove if particles are vibration of energy, how can they be considered solid at the atomic level according to quantum mechanics? You go ahead and wrap that up.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Hey man, we're going into man, am I tripping or we going into round we're going to round three? This the question and answering, right?
Round two. We have to open it.
Yes, sir.
This
Yeah, we
this
have two
round.
rounds.
This
So
round
this is
three. We at the top of
round
round
two.
three Q and A.
Yeah,
All right,
top round.
good. Top round three Q and A. Mel, you get to ask your first length of questions for 10 minutes. Let me know when you ready, boss.
Yeah, I thought it was five each.
Oh yeah, my bad. 5 minutes. My bad. My bad. 5 minutes.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I
So
sure thought it was Friday.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. So my first question is, if solid matter doesn't exist, Yaya, at the atomic level, how do we explain the macroscopic solidity we observe daily?
Um, you asked me that. I'm sorry. Can you rephrase that? You said, how do we explain what now?
So if solid matter doesn't exist at the atomic
Okay.
level,
Okay.
how do we explain the macroscopic solidity that we observe daily?
You can only see it on that level. You can't see it on the atomic level.
But when I
But
say macroscopic
okay,
solidity,
but from my understanding, and I'm gonna give you my answer, and I'm gonna give you the correct answer, right? But the reason why is because, right, you can't pull uh the reason why, right? You can't put your hand through a table, right? Despite its atoms. So we do know that tables have atoms. You get what I'm saying? We all know that. You get what I'm saying? So being mostly empty space, right? It's because of the electromagnetic forces. So the electrons in the atoms would be like repel. So uh, they would be like repel against each other due to the negative due to the negative charge. Like this is what
hmm
gives like material like this is what gives like matter solidity and the illusion created by quantum forces. To answer your question,
okay, but if it does that, and according to the Pauli exclusion principle and electrostatic repulsion, which you just described, that which prevents atoms from overlapping. This does give the perception of solidity, again, according to how you describe. So that validates my argument by saying matter as a solid, from how we perceive it, we may not see it as a solid, but if we can feel it and it maintains a shape and structure that resists due to pressure, it is a solid, even
But
though it appears
but you can see
differently.
my answer doesn't agree with you because I said it's an illusion created by quantum forces.
It's an illusion. Could you elaborate on that?
Uh, well, when I say it's an illusion created by quantum forces, I'm speaking of quantum fields, and we all know that quantum fields are not solid particles. You get what I'm saying? And when I'm speaking of particles, particles are particles are like to me. Well, to give you the correct answer, right, according to quantum mechanics, particles will be like vibrations, right, under living fields. So you know what I'm saying. So like for instance, an electron isn't a tiny solid object, but a
Right.
localized ripple in the electron field. You get what I'm saying? So this reference the idea that matter is better understood as a diplomat of energy, right, rather than a fixed solid entities. You get what I'm saying? So basically, it's an illusion that's being created at the atomic level. You get what I'm saying?
An illusion created at this atomic level. Okay, my next question. Uh, to further uh, push your point, if solids don't exist at the atomic level, how do we have things like solid state physics and technologies such as semiconductors? Semiconductors, things that are on like microchips, lasers, and quantum computers.
Now, look, when I say like, as in like, see, you thinking I'm saying like it don't exist, as in like it's not real. You get what I'm saying? Saying is like that. When I say as an illusion, I'm saying as in like it's real, right? It's real, but on the atomic level, it wouldn't be. You get what I'm saying? Because it would be energy there. So it wouldn't be a table there. It would be empty space. You get what I'm saying? Nothing
So,
but energy.
so would you consider a microchip nothing but energy?
Uh, you said a microchip? I don't
Yes.
know. That's that's
It
that's
takes
kind of
it takes a semiconductor,
that's kind
and
of that's a heretical question. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
so with technology such as semiconductors,
Uh, you talking about
they
technology? I thought we was talking
All right,
about.
we at 5 minutes. Y'all sure y'all don't want 10 minutes?
no. He got questions. I would answer his questions. Go ahead.
Yeah,
All right,
I mean,
yeah, we flipping
what
it
other
over to
questions
you.
you got?
We flipping it over to you, Yaya.
Okay,
Get your 5 minutes
all
of
right then.
question and answering.
My first,
Hold on,
all right,
Yaya.
my
Listen,
first question.
listen to me. We flipping it over to you
Go ahead.
to get your 5 minutes of question and answering. You got the floor.
All right. Uh, well, my first question then. Can you explain how electromagnetic forces between atoms contribute to the illusion of solidity, even though atoms themselves are mostly empty spaces?
So I can explain it, but it's not an illusion according to science. But so we know that electromagnetism governs the interaction between charged particles and atoms. It does things like bind electrons to the nucleus, determine the atomic structure, and enables the chemical bonding through the interactions of electrons between these atoms. There's this process called electrostatic repulsion that gives atoms their solidity through electromagnetism. and that happens between electrons in adjacent atoms. And scientists have tried to push these two atoms close together, and because they're negatively charged, they end up repelling each other. So it creates the sensation of physical, like touch or solidness, because that's what's actually being touched. Not necessarily when you pressing on the table. It's not you pressing through the table. It's you responding to that electromagnetic uh, force, which is the electrostatic repulsion.
How that would be incorrect because then you would have to explain the atoms that are consist of nucleus. You know what I mean? When I say nucleus, I'm speaking of protons and neutrons that are surrounded by the electrons. You get what I'm saying? The nucleus is very small compared to the atom, right? So if it's very small compared to the atom, then if the nucleus was a marble, what would that mean?
But see, that's why I mentioned
Hold on,
classic. Oh,
hold
I
on.
thought that was a question.
Yeah, it is. But I'm asking you like, okay, let me rephrase it for you again, all right? I said
Sure.
atoms, right? I said atoms that are consist of nucleus, right? Protons and neutrons, surrounded by electrons, right? The nucleus is very small. We know that. You agree, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if the nucleus is very small, so compare it to the atom, right? So the atom will be bigger than the nucleus, correct? It's just
Yeah, but
it's
the
just,
nucleus exists within it.
it's just a yes or
So,
no. Just yes or no question.
yes.
Okay, cool. So I got you on that one. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you this. So if the nucleus was right, if a nucleus was the size of a marble compared to the atom, right? How big would it be?
So that part is what I wanted to respond to. So that is in classical physics, the way it was described is inaccurate today. In quantum physics, it's not as described as how they did it then. It's the same way with. I'm gonna take you guys back when you do K through 12 school, and they showcase atoms, and they showcase these physical plastic balls that are attached to each other, usually with like a stick or something, and they're saying this represents an atom, and the balls themselves are empty. That's not necessarily accurate according to quantum physics today. So the understanding of that has to be shifted because that is the classical comprehension of that. So it's no longer accurate, and that's what I've been saying my entire presentation.
Well, well, it is accurate because it's backed by modern quantum physics instead of classical quantum physics. That's why when I asked you what size it would be, you didn't give me the size. So the size, let's
Because it's
let's compare
because it's subjective.
let's compare a nucleus because we already agreed on the two. You get what I'm saying? So now we're going to compare the nucleus. If the nucleus was a marble, and we know how big a marble is, right? So a marble ain't
Again, it's
that big.
subjective.
The marble ain't that big. So let's compare it to an atom, right? Now, if the nucleus was the same size as a marble, it would be the size of a football field, which was right, which was see that as solidity, right, as we see today, will be like mostly empty. So if you walk on a football field today, it would be empty, right?
So I mean, what are you getting at? What is the
Yes,
question there?
it's just a yes or no.
Yeah, I mean it's subjective.
We're dealing with atoms at the atomic level. So we already
Okay,
agreed on the second two. You get what I'm saying? So I asked you the third one, right? And you said you object. So now you get what I'm saying. I'm saying if the marble, right, and the atom, but the atom, not the atom, but the nucleus was bigger than the marble, not bigger than the atom, and the nucleus was the size of a marble. But at the atomic level, that size would be as a football field, right? Which would means that that field would be empty.
All right. It's 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's time. That's time.
So,
All
so,
right, we got.
so
Go ahead. Who about to
uh,
say something? Go ahead, Uncle Sid. Uncle Sid about to say something. All right, Silky, you back. Go ahead, Silk. We at the ending. Hey, I appreciate you brothers' decorum in that question and answering round. Let me just say this. I appreciate you brothers' decorum. Uncle said about to bounce back and come back in. Appreciate you brothers' decorum. This is a very interesting debate. I feel like we all need to go back and get refreshed up on our science, you know what I'm saying, and check some sources and see what the hell going on. Overall, powerful debate. I feel like the people definitely learned something. Um, Uncle said, bring your ass back up in here, man. Like I said, man, we got everybody powerful in the building. Go ahead, Silky, you got the floor. All right, Uncle said back.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? And I spark up to that. Yeah, it was a really good, real good debate, fellas. You know what I'm saying? I like what I saw, you know what I'm saying? I see them boys, they stepped in the ring and they met up. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I like to see. I saw it was a good bit of evidence on both ends. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I like what I saw, fellas. I did. I appreciate it. Them boys really came through and did their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a nice, good, strong fight. You know what I'm saying? Good effort on both ends.
All right, go ahead, Uncle said. We hear you now.
First of all, let me thank both debaters for stepping up and showing out. Like I tell everyone, it's not as easy as you think. And I got to give Mel his props for what he said in the opening, which is the fact that they did this kind of work in less than a week. Let's go into what I said I would be judging this debate on. First of all, the quality of the presentation. What do I mean by that? The coherentness, the flow, the building up of the points and solidifying of them, the wholesomeness of the presentation, and the overall visual appeal. To that, I must give it to Mel. His presentation was visually appealing. It was coherent. His presentation flowed. There was no hiccups. He was clear, and his articulation and the use of the terminology and the understanding of the material was on point. So I gave Mel the win for presentation. In terms of setting his premise and delivering on what he said he would do again, Mel clearly understood the assignment. He broke down the information as is. Being coming from that environment, a biochemist myself, I understand this subject quite well. Mel's breakdown was to the point. His presentation was sourced and well cited. You can see that by in his presentation at the end of a quote, the reference name and the year is stated, and overall his incorporation of his sources in the presentation was as is. In the Q&A, again, Mel exhibited a well understanding of the subject matter at hand, and he clearly articulated what the scientific consensus is and overall understanding of the subject matter. If I was to score it as a boxing match where we had 4 rounds, it would be 40 to 38 for Mel. I give Mel the win.
All right, Yashub, you got the floor, brother.
All right, man. Y'all want the long version or the short version?
You want the
Long
version?
long
Hey, I'm
version.
putting the poll up. I'm putting the poll up right now, so we want the long version.
All right, I'm gonna give you the long version. I took notes for every round, and again, I had 5 points I was gonna judge on and see who will win all the points. The first point was presentation. I wanted to see a presentation, brother. You just showed me a Bing website and a CIA document, quote unquote. So I got to give Mel the presentation. He had a slide. He had citations. I can see where he was getting the information from. And like I said, he had a presentation. Brother Yaya, you did not. The strength of argument. So I'm going to go over some of the things that was said in the round. In the opening, Mel brought up, does solid matter exist at the atomic level? Why is that important? Because that's the title. He put the title in his rounds. Versus Yaya, you didn't even mention that in your opening or your first round. So I got to dock you for that and give points to Mel for that. Mel brought up, hold on, I got pages here, y'all. Y'all want the long version, so I'm going to give it to you. Mel brought up in his opening, he brought up definitions. He defined what was going to be discussed tonight. I didn't see that on Yaya's side. He defined quantum physics. He defined many of the inner working facets of quantum physics. So now we actually know and we're getting educated on what's going to be discussed. He talked about observation, wave function, emergence, opening, and defined it and let us know how these things are going to pretty much illustrate that there is solidity at the atomic level. Yaya, on the other hand, talks about illusion of solidity, electrons, and quarks. And he basically said atoms are empty space and is open. So when we get to the first round, Mel brings up the puzzle of solidity and objects, and he explained electromagnetic repulsion. So Yaya, you heard him explain that, but you went over this again in your first round, pretty much recapitulating what Mel already told us. You reinforced his argument. So I don't know if you understood that you did that. You was reinforcing Mel's argument a lot tonight. So the strength of argument definitely goes to Mel, but I can keep going. Mel brought up that matter at the solid matter at the microscopic level. He gave examples of this in his first round. He talked about quantum mechanical bonding, covalent bonding, van der Waals bonding, ionic bonding, and chemical bonding, giving examples and exemplifying and explicating his reasons on why that will count for solidity at the atomic level. Yaya, on the other hand, you had an entirely different argument in your first round. You were arguing against classical physics, which Mel told you in his first round that he wasn't dealing with classical physics. He told you he was dealing with quantum mechanics, and he defined it and told us what it was and gave us examples. So your whole first round, come on, man. Second round, he says, Mel opens up with the quantum foundations of solidity. Again, addressing the topic. That is very pertinent and important. He addressed the topic in all of his material. Does solid matter exist at the atomic level? He brings up the atomic scale, material structure. He explained electromagnetism and quantum fluctuations. He actually showed you that it's actually not an empty space, that and you even said this in your rounds, that there were fields that exist inside of the atom. And that's basically what he told you with quantum waves and quantum clouds and whatnot in the second round. So should I keep going, man? You went on to say in your second round, Yaya, something about a declassified paper from the CIA. I'm not going to laugh at that, but come on, bro. We need some scientific articles, some scientific citations. So your whole second round to me was bunk. You mentioned a book called The Wild. You brought up atoms being empty spaces again. Again, Mel addressed this in both of his rounds. And then we get to the Q&A. Mel brings up is solid matter. If solid matter doesn't exist at the atomic level, how do we explain microscopic solidity? You went on and answered the question, which was a linchpin to the damn argument, because you explained solidity. You said, oh, no, it's an illusion. It's actually electromagnetic repulsion. That's what we're actually feeling. Well, that's what Mel is saying is solidity at the atomic level. So you pretty much gave the debate to him in the Q&A as well. I don't think I should have to keep going over my notes. Let me just go over the 5 points. So within the 5 points, Mel pretty much got all of them. Clean sweep. Presentation went to Mel. I explained why. Strength of argument. I just got done explaining that Mel pretty much argued his argument better. Had points, exemplified his points. Explained solidity at the atomic level. Consistency. His argument was more consistent. There was a lot of with your side of your argument, relevancy. Most of his sources were relevant.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
I'm giving my adjudication, brother.
All right,
I'm
go
giving
ahead.
my adjudication.
All
And
right.
then citations, brother. You use Bing. You use Microsoft Bing in majority of your debate. I didn't see citations. I saw a link that said sources, but that's not how you cite work, brother. So I had to give citations to Mel. So he got all 5 points. My judgment goes to Mel. And I conclude.
All right. All right. Let me just say this. Man, that was a good job. I appreciate Uncle Sid. I appreciate Yashu, man. I like how you broke that down. Hey, I'm gonna give you the short answer, and let me drop this link for the people. Hey, the short answer is this. Powerful bills only. We learn every motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like once we understand that this ain't no religion, you feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with getting your collar pulled or learning something new every day. So basically, Yaya, you confirmed that y'all was talking about quantum physics. So once you confirmed that, you know what I'm saying? I think in your first round, then it was overstood that solid matter exists at the at the atomic level according to quantum physics. Now, if you wasn't talking about quantum physics, you could have been right. You know what I'm saying? But I think once in the first round you brought up quantum physics, and then he basically reiterated that yes, we're talking about quantum physics, not classical science. You know what I'm saying? Or classical uh physics. Basically, once both of y'all said quantum physics, it was like yes, you solid matter is exist. You kind of both of y'all did a good job in y'all breaking down what y'all was saying and coming with getting y'all point across. I would definitely give the presentation part, the dress up part to Mel. I give Mel the points on the presentation part. You know what I'm saying? You always want to have a PowerPoint. You always want to make it look good for the peoples. You feel me? But yeah, so I'm gonna give my judgment to Mel. You know what I'm saying? Just for the simple fact of y'all both in the first round, y'all both agreed that y'all was talking about the same thing. Even though you was going at the classical, y'all both agree. Y'all both was on the same page talking about quantum physics. And once y'all got that understood, it was like I don't think y'all was having a different conversation. I just think you came here to argue quantum physics, but it's like I don't think your research would have showed you that solid do exist. But Silky D, what you eating right now? I'll let both of the debaters get their flow off, and I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. So far in the poll, it's 81 to 19, 16 votes. 81-19 male, 16 votes, 16 people voted. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. But Yaya, you wanted to say something to Jashu. You got the floor.
Yeah. If you really notice, bro, that was really my argument, bro. My argument. He was really proving my argument by saying that it was energy there. You get what I'm saying? So are you saying that me coming off? See, if I would have started it, I would have said the same thing he would have said. You get, I got my notes and everything right here that I took down earlier. So it's like we saying the same thing. Energy is there. You get what I'm saying? I even showed, according to quantum physics, that uh that it was energy there. You get what I'm? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my fault. I thought I. No, but look though. If you really notice, we was talking about the same thing because as well before we even started the debate. You get what I'm saying? I
Can I
already
actually?
hold on, record. I already brought out that it was energy there. You get what I'm saying? And that it wasn't majority empty, and that it was covered by electromagnetic forces. And for you to say that me agreeing with him and giving him the debate is kind of weird because we both saying the same thing.
Can I respond?
You go ahead.
All right. So if you're debating, he's the affirmative, you're the negative. You can't agree with him. You can't. Your job is to disprove. Hold on. Your job is to disprove him, not give corroborating evidence to him. And that's basically what you did.
That's how if me and him arguing the same thing, bro. If he's saying the energy's there, and then I come and say energy's there, the same thing, bro. And I'm proving that energy is there at the atomic level and not matter, and he agreeing that it's energy there, and you saying that I'm giving him a debate doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Can I ask you a question, yeah? On the sub and on the atomic level, these bonds that hold these particles in place and these structures that form and create bigger structures, which we call emergent properties. So my question is, when you talk
about bombs,
first of all, atom. No, I said atom. So you have bonds, right? You have subatomic particles and you have atoms which contain subatomic particles, right? How, when you talk about forces, when we talk about bonds, you know how these bonds are formed that create these molecular structures?
Yeah, they're formed by the protons and the neutrons.
No. So an atom, let me explain. An atom contains protons and neutrons. They are within the nuclei of an atom. The electrons are in fields around these atoms, and they are held there by these forces, magnetic forces, etc. Right? They are held within a particular field around the atom.
I understand what you're saying.
So now, when you talk about the energy, what is that energy doing on a subatomic particle level? What is that energy doing?
I explained that in the debate earlier. It's moving at a fast frequency, which causing an illusion of solidity.
What is moving? What is moving at a high frequency?
It's the energy grids. Energy grids are moving at a high frequency.
So he's using the Bohr model. So if you're trying to give him Einstein's answer, it's not gonna equate for him. But let me ask you this, brother, because you said that energy can't be seen or they can't predict on the atomic level, right?
I ain't saying
but
energy.
Neil Bohr discovered that atom has energy levels,
I never
right?
said energy, brother. I never said energy. I said
you use
solid
energy.
matter.
And
I said solid matter.
Okay, solid matter, which
don't exist at the atomic
produced
level.
on an atomic level, correct? That's what the debate was about, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Neil Bohr, even though he got his atom wrong, he did discover that atoms have energy levels, correct?
No, because he got it incorrect.
Yes, that's what he's known for.
According to modern quantum physics.
Proper physics says he discovered that atoms on an energy level. Henry Moseley developed the law in X-ray spectra.
Not according to the double split experiment.
Principle.
Not according to the double split. Not according to the double split experiment.
The double split experiment wasn't created by him.
Not according. I said not according.
It wasn't created by him.
I never said it was created by him.
I'm not even sure why you would mention the double split experiment right there.
Because
that just shows that energy
because bro, look, hold on. The things they're talking about, bro, it doesn't pertain to the debate. That's why I brought up the double split. No, it don't. That's why I brought up the double split experiment.
Okay, let us ask you, why did you bring up the double slit experiment in the discussion without correlating it to the atomic level?
Because if you knew about the double split experiment about the double split experiment on the atomic level, then you'll know that when particles like electrons are fired up, you get what I'm saying, that they don't have like an affirmative pattern. They create a behavior characteristics of waves.
They move depending on how you look at them. They move according to the observer.
Not the It's the waves, not the particles.
The particles wave in
It's not the
motion.
particles, bro. It's not the particles. It's the
So what
waves.
is the wave made of?
The wave. You said, what if the wave made up?
What is the wave
Yeah,
created
bro,
from?
word made of something. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second, real quick. Let me look at my
See,
notes.
and that's where you're gonna run into the trouble,
I
family,
said, hold
because
on. I said, hold on. Let me look at
You
my
need to
notes.
pick up a, you need to
yeah,
pick
I
up
know
a
you gotta
long.
look it up, but I know what it is. That's why I'm saying it's
Yeah.
particles. So you
Hey,
said one thing
hey,
correctly.
Not
hey,
particles.
hey, hey, hold on
Okay,
real quick.
hold on, hold
So
on.
Hey,
Okay,
yeah,
here we
yeah.
go. Here we go.
Hey,
Here
hold
we
on,
go.
hold on.
Here
Hey,
we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
trying to get
Hey,
him
yeah,
to
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
understand.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
okay,
Check me
okay.
out. Hey,
What's
yeah,
up?
yeah. Hold on. Check me out. Check me out. Yeah, yeah. Check me out. It's a lot of people on this panel, gang. So so check me out. It's not gonna look like nobody ganging up on you or jumping on
Oh
you.
no, bro. I'm not, bro.
Hey,
I'm
hold on.
mellow,
Check
bro.
me out.
I'm
Check me out.
tuned in with
Check me
my
out.
inner self right now.
Hold up. Listen to me. Listen to me. The niggas that's talking to you right now, trust me, these gonna be the niggas a year later down the line, 2 years down the line, you're gonna be super cool with these heavy hitters. So they
Facts.
really
Hey,
help. They really
Facts.
kind of put some, you know what I'm
but
saying,
look
some love
though,
on your flower. So
to
just listen to
respond
them, man.
to respond back to the brother about the sum the you said the subatomic level, right? So when we speak of the quantum physics,
No,
right?
the atomic level.
Okay, well, the subatomic and atomic
No,
level.
atomic, because subatomic means when it's
Okay, all
microscopic.
right.
We're
But
talking
at,
about on
okay,
the atomic level.
okay, at the quantic scale, right? Particles like electrons and like quarks, right, are described as energy waves, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, gluons and nuons, but
Okay,
how does that
okay, then.
have to do
So
with the wave if
okay,
the wave is not made of a
okay,
particle?
but at the atomic
Electron is
level,
particle.
okay, but at the atomic level, most what makes up what an atom is what at the atomic level.
What makes an atom?
At the atomic level, what makes up an atom?
You mean an atom? You mean an atom, yo?
Oh, you mean an atom? Okay, yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
I was thinking he
yeah.
was trying to
I
say.
kind of no,
So
I kind
electrons,
of answer a little bit. Yeah.
neutrons, and protons. Those are particles, brother.
Okay, but look, I asked you a question. I said, what makes up an atom?
What makes up a particle are the different items that connect in the form of a nucleus, atom, and electron.
Bro,
Those are
look,
the things that you know.
particles.
If we go
Okay,
smaller
particles like
than that,
electrons
then we're
and quarks,
talking
right?
about gluons and nuons. Do you know what
It's,
a gluon is?
okay. When we speaking of electrons, I'm speaking of electrons and
I'm going
quarks,
smaller
right?
because you asked me what made
Or
those up.
describe as hold on, because you still trying to beat around the bush and move the question, bro. Because I asked you a simple question. I said, what makes up an atom at the atomic level? Is
Yeah,
it empty
and we
space?
answered, and you still don't comprehend
Okay,
the
hold on.
answer is the problem. You
Is
know
it
what a gluon
because
and a nuon
you
is, brother.
because you don't want to say and agree that it's empty space though.
You just asked what makes up an atom.
Hey, hold on, wait.
Bro,
Can I just
okay.
bring this up real
Is
quick?
it
Yeah,
is it
Then you
is it
asked me
is
to
it
go
is it
smaller.
empty? Hold on. Is it empty space, bro? Is it
no, it's
empty
not.
space?
No, it's not because it was dressed in the first
Hold
round
on.
by Mel.
Hold on.
And you
Hold
said
on.
that in
Is
the
it
debate,
empty?
but Mel
Is
said,
it
all right,
empty? Is it
no,
empty space? Is it empty space at the atomic level? Majority of the atoms, is it
No, it's
empty
Would
dark
space
you
at
matter.
the
would
atomic
you
level?
would you classify
Look, look,
particles
look.
in waves
All you guys gotta
as
do,
empty
all you
space?
gotta do is just bring it up on the screen. Or do I have to bring it up on the screen?
Bring it up. Dark matter and dark energy are there. So where do
Bro,
you
we're
get
not
Yeah, bring
talking
it right
about
information?
there,
dark
bro.
matter and dark energy, bro. We're talking about the atomic level, bro. You feel me? And what's
Then
crazy
you
is
should have. We need
the
to get
brother,
to the
the brother
gluons
in
and the
the
nuons.
debate,
Can you
the
get to
brother in the
those?
debate, Steady was talking about classical.
no, he
Steady was
wasn't.
talking about
No, he
classical
was
matter,
not.
bro.
I took
It's all good.
meticulous notes.
I'm
He
gonna
was
recap,
talking
bro.
about
I'm gonna do the
quantum
recap.
mechanics.
I'm gonna do the recapture on my
It's
channel,
funny
bro.
when
I'm
you
gonna
can
do the
pronounce
recapture on my channel.
you can pronounce
You feel me?
atomic
I'm gonna do
level,
the
but you can't
recapture.
pronounce
I'm gonna do the
atom.
recapture on my channel. But look, though.
Ella,
All right,
you
hold on
funny
real
as
quick. Hold on real quick. Hold on,
Hey,
Yaya.
what's good, Geechee?
Hold on,
T-Mo,
Yaya. Hold on, Yaya. All right, let's hear from
Yeah.
Gullah. Go ahead, Gullah.
We'll go.
No, I'm
Hold
just
on,
talking
Yaya.
shit. I wasn't saying shit for real. I'm just saying it's amazing he can pronounce the atomic level, but he can't pronounce atom. It's the same thing. Basically the same. Right?
All right,
I'm
hold
gonna
up.
go jump to
Go
it.
ahead, honey. Go
He
ahead,
didn't
honey.
even get to the mesons yet in the quarks, but go ahead.
Bro, what is the
I
knee
was
sign?
just
What are you talking about? What are you
hold
talking
on.
about
They
knee
arguing.
signs, bro? What what are knee
Real quick.
signs
Y'all relax.
in the
Y'all
court,
relax.
bro?
Everybody relax.
What's that?
Go ahead, honey.
I was just saying good job to both the debaters. I'm not here to argue, y'all. Y'all already argued, right? But good job. Thank you for showing up. Yaya, you had good decorum. You probably just gotta work better on presenting the argument where we can understand what you're saying more. But besides
She got hit by the pseudo bug.
period,
You falling out.
period.
Go
All right,
ahead.
that's
Yeah.
all
Go
though.
There
ahead.
you go.
That's it.
But yeah, I don't know what dude talking about a Nissan Court. You off topic, bro. You moving the goalpost.
Man, hey, yeah, you was off topic. I got
Yeah,
that in
you
my
found
notes. I got every time you was off topic in my notes.
Bro,
I wrote it down.
you guys, you just didn't understand the debate that the dude was actually agreeing with my shit. If I'm proving
No,
that energy is at the atomic level, bro, and this nigga is saying that energy that matter is composed of energy at the atomic level, bro. What does that mean?
That
Well,
means
I
All you
didn't get
gotta
to
do
get
is
to
go
those
through the
points because
bro.
he's
answer.
wrong
All you
there.
gotta do is
He's
go
wrong
through the
there.
recap.
It doesn't
Look,
hold
go
on.
through the
He's
recap.
wrong there,
Let me
but
answer.
you too busy
Go
trying
through
to
the
combat.
recap, bro.
So
Nah,
when
bro,
we talk about
cause
energy at the first
go
form of the
ahead.
universe,
All
you're
right.
correct.
Yeah. Relax, gang. I
Go
ain't gonna
ahead,
let
sir.
nobody
Yeah,
gang
you
up
trying
on
to
you.
overtalk.
No,
Relax.
Relax,
no,
man.
no, bro. I'm not tripping. I'm
All
trying
right.
to
He
let you
held
talk
on
your point.
already.
Hold
Listen
up.
to some of the
Let it flow. Let
responses.
it flow. Hold up. Relax. Go ahead, Uncle.
Talk your
Go
point.
ahead, Uncle Star.
Yeah. So when you talked about the beginning of the universe, you were correct, but you didn't expound on it. The beginning of the universe is so hot, no matter can exist. And I've spoken on that on several occasions, but you didn't, because at a billion degrees, which is when the universe starts to cool off, everything is just energy and there is no matter. But you didn't bring that out. Those are the things that you got to bring out and bring up.
I mean,
Yeah, but they're talking
if you
about the
really
physical world.
if you really watched the debate, I really did bring it out. You know what I'm saying? The CIA document. Look, see, he laughing, but the brother don't even know what a declassified document is. You get
They
what
don't
I'm
got shit
saying,
to do with anything,
bro?
bro.
Yes, it did, bro. Did I not read from the source what
I
it
don't care if
said?
you read from it, man. You
Bro,
need a
all you had to
scientific.
do, bro, it said, bro, that alone proves that experiment proves that matter does not exist at the atomic level. I even read it
It did not say
for
that.
the
It
crowd,
did not say that. It did
bro.
not say that.
Bro, I
What it
literally
said
read it. I
was, what
literally
it
read
said
it,
was, hold on, because let me go to the page where I wrote down what the
bro.
fuck it
I
said.
literally read it, bro.
It
I'll
said,
put it back up on the.
it
I'll put
said
it back on the
solid
screen for
matter.
you.
Hold on, I want to read it in
It
context.
had a point in there though, brother
Let
Yakub.
me just read it.
Yes,
Let me
Come on,
it
just
bro.
does
read it.
have
I'll
a
put
spot in there,
All right, now
it for you,
hard
bro.
search.
but he didn't expound upon it.
Hold on, check it out. Just chill out.
Come on, bro. I'll pull it up. Come on now. I'll read it
Hold
for
on,
you,
hard.
bro.
Find it,
Whoever's
relax,
inside
brother.
that
All right,
did.
okay, hard search solid matter in the strict terms. This hard search. Control F. Press Control F. You come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
And you got brain stimulation up right now, which is not what you showed at the time.
Right. The quote was solid matter in strict terms simply does not exist. In strict terms, that's the key word. In strict terms, it does not say solid matter doesn't exist at the atomic level. It says in its strictest terms, which goes back to what y'all are talking about with classical physics.
Yeah,
So if it, in
that's a
strict
good
terms, if
point,
it does not,
Jakub.
this, if,
In strict
in
terms,
strict, go ahead,
it
answer.
doesn't
Go
mean
ahead,
that
answer,
it
bro.
doesn't
Go
exist
ahead.
at all.
Look, hold on.
Think
No,
think
hold
about
on.
this for a second.
And that's what I
I'm trying to
proved.
bring a little
And
bit of
that's what I
clarity
proved in my.
to the
And look,
conversation.
if you go back through the debate, bro, I literally said that doesn't mean it doesn't exist at all. It
Exactly.
means that
Exactly.
it's
That's
not
the linchpin.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is electromagnetic forces there, bro.
I
Hey,
wrote
So
something
if
down.
listen,
there's
bro.
Hold
no
on.
Let me say
solitude
this.
there,
Hold on.
Let me
and
say
there's
this.
Hold on, first. I'm gonna
electromagnetic
give it to you.
forces there, what does that mean?
Got you.
No,
Hold on. Listen to what you
the
just said.
fact.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I wrote that down when you said this doesn't mean it doesn't exist at all. That's you conceding the damn argument. Because
Let
the
him talk,
argument
man.
is
Look, can't
that
overrule a
does immunity
conversation.
in the
Hey,
atomic
let him talk,
level?
bro. Hey,
And
go
that's
ahead.
what he
Go
didn't
ahead and talk, bro.
understand. That's why I say you didn't
All right, all
expound
right,
on it.
all right. Hold up. Let's let Uncle Kyle is in the building. Go ahead, up.
Yo, appreciate it, fam. So the fact that this even is a debate, it actually, and I say this with all due respect, it shows a fundamental lack of understanding of the topic being debated. So, like what Joshua was talking about, there's different levels to understanding physics, right? And you're looking at one level and you're using terms like the term matter, and you're trying to use that term on the subatomic or the quantum level. So, like, think about a computer for a second, right? A computer is composed of different parts. You got your CPU, your GPU, you got your microprocessor, you got your RAM, and you have all those different components that make up a computer. But then when you take a step back out of that and put the frame on it, now you call it a computer. But within that computer, it has multiple parts, right? And that's where the disconnect is coming, because you're not understanding that there's layers of understanding in science, and like you're stuck on that primary layer, which uses the term matter, and you're saying that, hey, matter doesn't exist on this level. But the thing that you're talking about is the pieces that make up the matter. And so, like, it's a the argument doesn't make sense, you know what I'm saying? And I would hope that you would just kind of take a step back and understand that the argument that you're making is nonsensical, and people would laugh at you in the real world for making that argument, bro. With all due
No,
respect.
you just don't understand that matter is actually the fundamental principles of energy, and that energy was first.
No,
Listen,
I literally, you know what? I do understand it. I'm saying that you don't understand it. That's what
hey,
everybody
I
on this
brought it
panel
out.
is telling
I
you.
brought it out, bro. I brought it out and literally showed
All right, bro.
you
You got
that the
it. You got
atomic
it,
level don't
fam.
exist on the atomic
Great,
level. I
great
mean,
job. Great job. I'm
look,
out.
this shit, look,
Nah,
this stuff don't mean nothing to me. This stuff nothing to me, bro. I'm proud. I'm proud for showing up. I won. I beat a
You
nigga
did
down.
well.
You get
You did
what
a
I'm
good battle.
saying? And you feel me? I beat a nigga down. Y'all let a nigga show slideshows. Bro say nigga won. It is what it is. You feel me?
no, bro.
Straight
Like that's
up.
the
You
thing.
did.
Like the people that's on this panel, the people on this panel right now are literally
Brother,
showing
I'm
you
still not
the
gonna
mistakes, and it's so
lose
it's
no
so
followers from this.
it's so that don't nobody
Already
give a
show
fuck, bro.
you
This
can't
is
show
a
me a
teaching
mistake
moment. Don't
that
nobody
I didn't
care
already
about the
prove.
followers, bro. Do you
What you
want to
cussing? Why you cussing?
feel right,
For, bro?
or do you want to?
Cussing? Why you
I,
cussing for?
be, bro,
Bro,
relax,
All
listen,
right,
man.
go
what
ahead,
are
Look,
you
Yaya. Let
cuss
him
down,
get it out. Let him get it out, Yaya.
man? You don't gotta
Let him
cuss
get
me.
it
I be
out,
grown.
Yaya. Go ahead, Kyle.
at some point, bro, you got to make a decision in your mind. Do you want to think you're right about something, or do you want to be actually correct? And everybody on this platform right now is trying to help you be correct, not feel right. And at some point, as men, we all have to take correction.
Bro, if they
Like, I've been
believe,
wrong
bro,
in
if
my
they
life before.
believe like I lost, that's their opinion, bro. That's
This ain't
your
about
opinion.
losing. It's about you being
You titled
correct.
to that,
It's this. Everybody know you lost. Everybody that watched the debate know you got your ass beat. You lost the
bro.
debate,
If
right?
you think
But
I'm
I'm
wrong, that's your
saying is
opinion,
it's not my opinion. This is fact.
bro. Bro, if you think, bro,
It's just a
everybody,
discussion.
everybody on here that think I lost, that's I'm not gonna lose no follow. Connected, I ain't gonna lose nothing from this, bro.
Yeah, it's just a discussion. But I want you to look at the different
Come on,
particles that make up the
bro.
wave so
You're
that
making it
when you,
seem like, bro,
brother,
this nigga gonna lose everything when he wake up.
I want you to look at the particles that make
True,
up
Yaya.
the wave so that when you bring that out, you know, you don't say like, oh, this is not a particle. This is because magnetism itself doesn't contain energy. It's just a method in which energy is converted. So when you hinge on that
So would
and
you
you
agree?
keep
So
saying
look,
electromagnetism
would you agree that everything
doesn't
was
contain
energy at
energy.
first? I'm not.
Yes,
I'm
That's
saying
not
me
the
and you
argument.
electromagnet. I'm
agree
saying
there. That's what I'm
That's
electromagnetic
not
trying to
the
tell
title.
you.
forces.
That in the
Yeah, yeah,
beginning,
that's not
But
the title.
look, the
That's not
argument, right?
the
Look,
title.
the
right, right.
argument.
But in the
Listen,
beginning,
listen. The argument is right. Does matter exist at the atomic level? So if I'm proving
Yes.
that energy exists, right, and a nigga coming out showing that energy exists there, and matter is a composed fundamental of, and you give a nigga a W, that's
Yeah,
biased,
because he could.
but it
No,
is what
I
it
ain't
is.
biased. Let me explain to you again. I got my notes right here.
Right.
That's
In
your
the
Hold
second
up
round,
before you
what it
go
is,
into
in
man.
the
it,
second
Joshua.
round, he stumped the shot of you.
There's
The
two
nigga
things
brought
that,
up. All right.
but hold up,
What you gotta
Yashua.
do,
One, two,
bro?
feel the space. All right, go ahead. I
Yashua,
roll on
hold
this.
up.
It is what it is.
So look at this. At the
All right, hold up,
beginning,
yeah. Just listen.
at the beginning, when you say there's just energy, me and you both agree, right? Because I've been to cosmogony and cosmology class at the School of Japan, okay? And what I'm telling you is
Okay.
this: what they say about that energy is that it's clumped together in forms that aren't cool enough to become matter yet. So they already have energy forms moving around. Even though it's all energy, there's different types of energies around itself. So that when the cool off effect happens, when the universe cools down after the emergence, those clumps start to form objects of matter that have energy in them. That's how the science works, right? So this energy is not penetrated by this one because it's in its own form. These are the beginnings of the universe. This is why I asked you about the gluons and nuons, because when you talk about the gluons, which are really, and the photons, which are really bosons, they have quanta energy, but they don't have enough body to create mass yet. You understand what I'm saying? So those particles rest mass and cannot overlap or combine. So because they can't overlap, it's not energy just passing everywhere. There's separate forms of energy everywhere. When they combine and create the fermions, that's when you start to get matter, because you start to get cooling. You go from bosons to other types of forms, such as quarks, mesons, to your atoms, your protons, neutrons, and your baryons. But you don't get it when it first begins at the subatomic level, but you don't get those energies passing through each other, which is why
Hey,
they keep arguing that matter
Exactly.
existed at the time, but it doesn't.
Exactly.
It's all
It doesn't.
hey,
energy.
Now,
It
now,
yeah,
doesn't.
not just
sorry.
So
that,
look.
not just
So
that,
look.
but we
Let me
talking
ask
about
you. Go ahead.
quantum. We talking about in quantum physics, though.
Yeah,
So
that's in quantum
Correct.
mechanics. That's
now,
in
Correct.
quantum
now that's
mechanics.
now that's what kill. That's what kill it. Yeah, yeah.
This,
That's what
this
kill it
this
right
is
there.
what you didn't bring out, brother. That's why I was explaining
Yeah.
that, because you needed to
Look,
bring out
look.
the beginning of the universe and how things start in order to say there's no
But
matter.
we, but if we talking about in quantum physics, we talking about in quantum physics, solid matter exists. You know what I'm saying? That's the if we wasn't talking about quantum physics, yeah, I understand what you're saying, brother. I just think when you was looking up your information, it wasn't about quantum physics. You feel me?
I don't
I
think
think it was.
that wasn't the topic though.
Yeah.
Cause look at the topic. It says does solid matter exist at the atomic level? It doesn't say does solid matter exist at the atomic level according to quantum physics.
And
Nah,
Mill,
that was the topic. Y'all
The
both
Yep.
said
topic,
it in
right?
the first
That
round.
was the topic, and it was on my
So
first
look,
slide.
Y'all
so if
both
I
said it in
bring,
the first round.
so
Go
what is
ahead.
quantum mechanics to you? Is that
he
not
he
dealing?
defined
Is that
it.
is
Yeah,
listen?
yeah. He
It's not
defined it.
quantum. It's not quantum. It's not quantum mechanics dealing with all quantitism in the field. So when I say quantum mechanics, I'm dealing with all quantitism.
Here's my thing, and Asar kind of hinted at it. I think had you specified you were dealing with the subatomic level, you had an argument. And if you notice, I touched on it a little bit, but I didn't want to give too much to it so that you would switch your position. But had you started the debate off saying the solid matter exists at the subatomic level, I wouldn't have even agreed to the debate. But
Listen,
then Joshua brings up a key point.
Yeah.
And,
So it's
and
like,
Melvin, you know that because we didn't had these discussions in Hangouts for years.
Sorry, we've been kicking it for like over 10 years, yo. Like, you know.
yeah. So if you see you chomping at the bit, it's just that one word off. You feel me? Like adding quantum, adding if you would have added sub, like you right there, you feel me? So don't think nobody chastising you, bro.
Bro, look, I'm not tripping off this, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna do a recap on my channel tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah.
because look, at the same look at the same time, you must understand. Like I said, the argument he's arguing is the same argument that I'm arguing. You get what I'm saying? We both are saying that energy is there. It's interchangeable. We know this. You get what I'm saying? And like the brother said that energy was there before matter. I agree, and I even said that in my presentation. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I thank Seth, you know what I mean, for giving me a 38 to 40. You get what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Seth, for sure. You get what I'm saying? He understood a little bit of my science that I brought out. You get what I'm saying? Some people couldn't understand it, but it is what it is.
Is everybody else? I'm laughing because it's everybody else's fault that you debated poorly. It's everybody else's fault.
I'm not blaming nobody, bro. It's your opinion.
Check this out.
It's your,
you said this
opinion, man.
Verbatim in the first round. You said right here that that atoms are consisted of empty space, correct?
Yeah, I said majority.
Okay. What did Mel say in his first round? I'll just show you how you got beat up.
He said the same thing. He said the same thing I said.
No, he did not. He said quantum fields fill that space. No, he said quantum fields fill that space.
And I showed that it was empty.
Hold on. This is pump the brakes.
We're gonna do a recap anyway, so it don't even matter.
Go ahead, get your point across. Paying attention, you wouldn't have to recap it if you were paying attention.
Bro,
so he would.
We're gonna do a recap anyway, and I'm gonna do a recap.
He went first and still counts your claim.
How somebody gonna go first? Sign with dude because I didn't have a presentation.
Nope.
It is what it is. Maybe said I can show my screen. You know what you feel?
You said that y'all said the same thing. No, y'all did not. Y'all didn't say the same thing. And I just proved with one example that y'all were not on the same page. I just proved it. Because you claimed that there was empty spaces in the atom. And after he told you that empty space that you're referring to is not really empty, it's filled with the quantum fields. And he gave a source and everything.
Bro. Listen, bro. The whole argument is based. Listen,
I know it hurts.
So if he's proving, so if he's proving, right? So if he's supposed to be proving that matter is there, right? Why is he showing that electroclouds is there?
You did not listen to him, did you? This is what I'm saying. You did not pay attention to your opponent.
Bro, I don't know what man. That's why I said I'm gonna recap it on my show.
You gotta recap it because you obviously were not listening to what he was presenting.
You don't even understand what I just said.
Cool, yeah. Cool.
All right, hey, both debaters, y'all got to go spend time with y'all family.
Man, look, I respect it. Hey, Wavy, bro, I thank you for letting me come on your channel, man.
Yeah, same, bro. I appreciate that. And respect to Yaya, yo.
Hey, respect you too, man. Yo, for sure, man. For sure, put belt the ass on you. But
hey, we did our thing for 2 days prep, yo. So excuses for these other niggas, yo.
I appreciate y'all decorum. I appreciate y'all picking me up.
Much respect to this shit, man. 10 and 8, I say 10 and 8.
Good work, gents. Excellent show, Super Wavy.
Hey, I respect that, man. I respect that. 10 and 8 for sure. I respect that.
Both debaters, y'all get up out of here.
I will.
Man, nigga, I'm in this motherfucker. You get out of here, Mel. I mean, they be talking my shit.
You still around?
Nigga, I mean, they be talking my shit. You straight up.
All right, then look, let Yashu, go back and forth with Yashu, but let him speak.
Fuck no, bro. Fuck that. Silk go back and forth with Yashu.
Nah, all right, hold on. Nah, that ain't what I meant. What I'm saying is when Yashub is talking, let him get it out. Don't cut it off. That's what I mean.
All right, man, but he gotta ask real questions, man. The shit he asking, bro, is retarded.
He ain't gonna ask you. He ain't gonna really ask you no
No
question.
question, dude. I just told you what y'all said, and I judge y'all based on the material that y'all provide. The material that y'all provided, that's what I judge y'all on. And Mel had a better argument than you.
That's better. Cool, bro. That's your opinion, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said, if I would have started off first and said the same thing, then Mel would have came out and said the same thing. Then what? You feel me? Like I said, bro, it's the same fucking argument, bro. You not understanding, just show.
So Yaya, you were arguing that there was matter at the microscopic level?
Bro, who was arguing that?
Mel. It's in his first round.
I was arguing that.
Okay,
I was arguing.
Okay, so you weren't arguing the same thing.
I was not arguing that until he started proving and showing my case. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me talk real quick, Buzzo. Look, when he brought out my case and started saying that it wasn't majority completely empty, it was surrounded by electron clouds. That's when I knew was like, damn, bro, I had my man. Because I got my paper right here, nigga. I can show you my notes. I got my screen on and show you all my notes. Bro.
If you're arguing with Mel's
in real life, bro,
you're arguing for solid matter that exists at the atomic level.
I'm arguing.
Exactly. So wait. Oh, so you are arguing that solid matter?
I'm arguing that solid matter doesn't exist at the atomic level.
Okay, so you're arguing that solid matter does exist at the atomic level.
Doesn't exist at doesn't.
So you're not arguing the same thing as Mel. Thanks for explaining to the audience.
Okay, so listen. But when he brought hold on. If I'm in a negative, bro, why did he say that at the atomic level energy was surrounded atoms? If he's supposed to be proving that matter, listen, if atoms is the fundamental of matter, right? We all know that. Right, so atoms creating matter. So I'm asking you, bro, why didn't he prove solid matter exists at the atomic level?
He did. He put in his first round, electrons act as particles, and he explained waves. Hold on. So what do you mean? All right, you want to hear the part when he punched you in the fucking face, nigga?
Do you think
when you left your shit bloody? You don't want to hear that, don't you?
Do you think?
If you paid attention to him doing that, then maybe you would.
Why y'all be trying to act like Judah Nazareth so far, man? Why y'all be trying to act like Judah for?
Who's acting like a drunk?
Come on, man. Why y'all trying to act like Judah for, man? Stop trying to act like that man.
Acting like
that's that man's style.
Hey, come on, all right, come on, Yaya. Come on, bro, relax.
You gotta tell him to relax.
Hey, Yaya.
I'm relaxed, bro. I'm relaxed, bro.
All right. Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Okay, I got a little.
Go ahead, Yashu.
Man,
hold on, let me throw something out there. Hold on. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Since we are speaking about the rounds and things, I was trying not to get into it, but I'm gonna just throw a little bit in the pot. What I seen was it looked like a lot of the back end of Mel's last round. He was just explaining what his evidence of showing his side of the case and pushing his narrative and proving his point was just claiming what Yaya was supposed to be bringing to the table, and that was supposed to be his evidence in the offense of his case. But yeah, so that's what I saw. You know what I mean? Upon just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, of my what Silky D seen, you feel me, with my eyes, a little bit of my assessment, you know what I'm talking about.
All right, Uncle Said is back. Uncle Said, you got the floor. Uncle Said, you there? All right, Uncle Said probably got to unmute his mic. Go ahead, Yashu.
Yeah, man. He getting me hyped over here, man, trying to deny his ass. But I'm just telling him what he's saying is not congruent with what actually took place, bro. That's all I'm telling you.
Hey, Silky, say you need a touch up. Silky, say you need a touch up.
They crazy. And they got highlights. You tripping, bro.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you respond to that, Yaya.
Hey, look, man.
You
I was
do
gonna
it shot.
respond. Look, I was gonna respond anyway to his ass, but at the end of the day, it's Young Buck opinion. Like I said, I came on your shit. I already knew the Barbarian was gonna be in the building. I did what I did. You get what I'm saying? I had my Naga Kingdom up in this motherfucker. You feel I had the band two in here. Like I said, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Y'all can side who y'all want to side. You know, I know I put belt the ass on a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
All
But
right, hey, Uncle Said, you back?
hey, even Uncle said, look, I give 38 to 40.
This is why
You
y'all
get
got to
what
stop
I'm
You
being.
saying?
back?
So like I respect his judgment. I respect everybody's judgment. You get what I'm
All right, oh
saying?
look, Yaya. All right, relax. Uncle Said, you back?
I only gave my opinion like that, you know what I'm saying, on Mel bringing up all that, which is I don't know worth anything when you're trying to represent your side and show plenty of evidence and make your side of the argument, you know what I'm saying, known. But yeah, I only said that because y'all was kind of, you know, talking about jumping on Yaya.
All right, Mel, I'll let you respond.
Now, I was asking Suki, did he understand my argument?
Your argument of that you bringing the evidence of you coming to a debate and your evidence was that you're supposed to be proving all this atomic information, and your evidence was you talking about what Yaya is supposed to bring to the debate, what he's supposed to be proving, what he's supposed to be doing, what he's supposed to be thinking about, what he's supposed to be wearing. That's your evidence when you show up to a debate.
That wasn't evidence. That's the debate tactic. I'm
That was
pointing out to
your
the
last five.
audience
Yo,
things
you know
he should be doing.
I
And the
was timing
audience is
it.
paying attention to me speak. They're following me. So when I point out flaws in his argument, they understand that this is something he needs to address. And if he doesn't address, it looks bad. So that's what I did. It's a debate tactic. Maybe you didn't follow that, but that's what that is. I didn't expect him to do any of it, but it's a debate tactic.
You
A
back, Uncle
tactic.
Said?
Do you know how much
Hold
minutes
up, Silk.
of presentation?
Hold up, Silk. You back, Uncle Said? All right, Uncle Said says he's having technical difficulties on the island. Technical
Brother,
difficulties.
do
Go
you
ahead,
know how
Silk.
much? Do you know
Silk
how
is
long you
applying
spent?
pressure on the pit bull right now. Go ahead, Silk.
Do you know how long you spent on that your evidence of telling him what he's supposed to be bringing in a debate on
Not
his side of
long,
the argument?
not long
Do you
because
know how long?
I referenced it because it's the same exact slide. I mentioned those 5 steps in the beginning of my presentation, and I also reposted those 5 steps and addressed the points that he should address. Matter of fact, I'm about to share it. Hey, can you do me a favor and let me share my screen just so that way we can just wrap this up?
You know what? Hey, okay, you know what? So that answer that you just gave me, even though it was supposed to be a short one and you made it long, your answer, you know, you was correct that right there. You was correct. You kept
Hey,
saying 5 and 5, but the answer is
Mel,
5 minutes
Mel,
worth of
don't
a
worry about
10-minute
it, Mel.
debate round that you spent talking about Yaya,
It wasn't
but
5
what he
minutes.
should have been bringing to the
It
debate.
wasn't 5 minutes.
So just give it to him, bro. I don't give a fuck about this shit, man. This
But
shit.
yeah, that's all my assessment. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I'm out.
It wasn't 5 minutes.
Yeah, yo, don't spin around the
It was
bush,
it
man.
was one slide, so the one slide.
If
All
if
right,
if,
Silk.
if
They on
y'all
your
don't,
neck. They on your neck in the chat.
they calling him a spin doctor. Silk like fuck it, I ain't giving it to him. That nigga spent 2 minutes time trying to prove my argument that I already brought out after he done brought it out in a whole 10-minute
Oh,
round. First
so
round.
you were
But it's all
so let's get
it's
clarity
all
again.
good.
So you are arguing for the solidity
It's okay.
of matter at the atomic level. You are arguing that, yeah. That would mean you're arguing against your position.
It's okay, bro. You got it.
Oh, so you weren't. So stop saying that you were. He wasn't arguing your premise.
You won't. I'm not for to argue with you, bro.
He was arguing
On
against
bullshit.
your premise.
I'm not for to argue with you on bullshit. Bro. If you
Oh, you're not.
believe that, you believe that.
Well,
It
maybe
is
if
what
you
it
would argue better, maybe these outcomes would be a little bit different. They'll come out in your
For
favor.
sure, man. Hey, look, maybe then I will, bro. No doubt.
Because you didn't argue too good tonight.
For sure, bro. For sure. You got it, bro.
All right, Silky. They saying your edges are thinning. hold up. What that mean? What the hell
Come
that mean?
on, man.
What that mean, Silk? I don't know about all that. Some edges. What the hell is edges?
So you got to fire back, bro. They fired off on you.
Hey, speaking of Silk, you ready for Joshua? Or you gonna run? What you gonna do? What you shaking your head for?
All right, Silk. They said you wasn't listening to the debate. You was online shopping for hair bleach.
Yo, yo, and shaking salad, shaking salad. I'm like, what the hell is this nigga doing?
You like that, Silk?
That's all they got, man. That's the best, man. Nah, y'all good, man.
Hey, man, you need to screenshot that. That's Sage. Whoever Sage is, man, she took a low blow. She said you was shopping for hair bleach during the debate.
Nah, we all natural.
Oh, babe said that CIA document was fire.
You got natural highlights, y'all. You know what I'm saying? My nigga.
Heard. You heard, bro. You heard. Use real scientific articles next time. That's all. Not CIA documents.
I'm
bro.
not hurt, bro.
You went secret aliens on me. You went secret aliens. You know what I'm saying? You went to the CIA documents.
When he scrolled up after the debate, and I saw the Kundalini part of that same article, yeah, I was like, yo, he's so lucky he did not scroll up, yo.
Kundalini energy. Oh my God, you went secret aliens, bro.
I saw the Kundalini energy. I was like, oh shit, not the same article.
But neither one of you guys can debunk it.
Hey, yeah. I seen that you had some Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some Microsoft GPT.
Nah. I had those real sources, bro.
That nigga say Microsoft GPT. Wow.
See, he would, wait, he wouldn't know nothing about what you just asked. He old school.
He old school.
Old school.
Hey, next time, read the damn source and cite the actual source.
Bro,
yeah, I got multiple slides with citations, bro. Multiple slides.
When I go through the recap, bro, trust me, guys.
So in the recap, you're gonna admit that you didn't have no real sources. You just had references to sources. You're gonna admit that.
Nah, I think in the recap, people admit that he was talking about subatomic level.
I was talking about energy. You know what I'm saying? And that the guy that I was debating came out with the same topic that I was supposed to debate on. You heard what he said. It was a bait topic. So he came out with it because he knew what I was going to. You get what I'm saying?
No. I said it was a debate tactic for the slide that I had key affirmative points to remember. That is a debate tactic.
So you already knew where I was for to go anyway.
No, sir.
Come on.
Man. No, sir. That's a slick rebuttal in my affirmative stance. That's what that is.
So we get tactics and not evidence. That's what we bring to the table today.
Evidence. You want to see the evidence?
Tactics and not evidence.
Because I presented the evidence.
Here at Powerful Bills, some people want to show with tactics, and other people want to show with real evidence and information.
Hey, even though
congratulations. Cheap tricks, huh?
Hold on, y'all. Let me do my toast.
What's up with it, Hemi, bro?
Hey, turn your mic up, Hemi. Turn your mic up.
Hey, yeah, turn your mic up, gang.
Hold on, y'all. Let me do my toast right quick. So look, hey, Mel, the Liberian Barbarian, congratulations on your win, bro. Hey, Yaya, appreciate you showing up, young nigga.
Everybody,
you did your thing. You ain't scared. You showed me that you willing to step in that ring and swing. You know what I'm saying? Good debate, fellas. I'm gonna take this shot for both of y'all, man. Y'all
appreciate it.
So, Heavy world. What's up? Now your ass gonna be barbecued there tomorrow.
That's all I want to say, bro. Y'all can get back to tearing each other heads off.
Hey,
But
yeah, you say him, he go be barbecue?
Who? Yaya don't want to sit, man.
Here we
Listen,
go be
bro.
barbecues, the boy. Yeah.
Now, hey, so you already got spanked by Mel. So can we get
Bro, I
out
did
of
not
the
get,
way?
bro,
We
I
can
did
get
not
our
get,
hours off?
bro, I did not get spanked by Mel, but that's your opinion. You boy, Barry.
Bro, how many people got to come on this panel and tell you the same thing, fool?
Everybody, who?
So, I'm asking you the same question I asked Sister
Everybody,
earlier.
listen, bro.
What does it take? What does
It's
it
30.
take for you to
It's
admit?
38 to 40.
Listen. What does it take for you to admit when you lost the debate? If it can't be the polls, if it can't be the judges, then what is it gonna convince you that you lost the debate?
I didn't lose, bro. If you, that's why I said,
Hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, hold on, wait. Hold on, real quick.
I didn't
Hold on,
lose.
wait. Hold on, wait. Is any,
Bro,
hold on, wait.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, hey, everybody need to. I'm gonna say this to everybody who got a pen out there. Joshua is an excellent ass judge.
Excellent.
I did not know that nigga was like that, bro. This nigga be trolling all that shit in the back. That nigga
He
is
do.
intelligent. Nigga took notes, paid attention, was attentive, gave an extensive breakdown,
Thorough.
all that
Very
shit, bro.
thorough.
That shit was great. So for him to do that and then be able to regurgitate your words back to you,
Bruh, that was amazing.
words back to you, and
I was
then
like, oh, he
you still
actually
say,
paid
"Nah,
attention.
bro, the judge is being." But how you gonna do that, fam? That don't make sense.
Bro, listen. If the guy used the same tactic that I came out and said, what does that mean, bro? Come on, hear me. Look at you, bro. Hey, come on, man.
I'm just
Come
saying,
on,
bro.
man.
He laughing at you, not with you, my nigga. He
Come on,
laughing
man.
at you.
Hey, Joe, be
I'm
quiet,
saying,
man.
bro, was being
Before I
fair.
put your ass on the
I'm saying
grill
from what I
somewhere,
seen.
you feel me?
Listen,
Start
bro, I
barbecuing
haven't
today.
seen a judge that did that type of shit for real, bro. Like, and he did it on his own. Like, he wasn't asked to do it. Like, that's just how he chose to do it because he wanted to make sure he was being fair. You did what I'm
How
saying? So when he
how
gives you
nigga
that
gonna
level of critique and that level of understanding of letting you know that he paid attention to your content, to your presentation, and then you still challenging it, like, come on, bro. At some point, we gotta. As I know, we prideful as debaters, but if that nigga was judging my debate and he gave me that, I gotta respect it because at least he's showing me he paid attention to what I presented.
It's nothing dealing with pride, bro. How a nigga gonna disqualify something that he never looked into? This nigga said, this is what he literally said. This nigga brought out a CIA document. Started laughing and shit, like something funny or something.
Hey, hold on, everybody chill. Hey, I got you. Hold on. I got you.
Document,
Hold
bro.
on, I got chill. Everybody got you. Hey, look here. Y'all need to understand this, and this goes like this. Definitely, everybody needs to definitely understand this. Max scrutiny, okay? Max scrutiny, as in whatever we bring to the table, it goes under max scrutiny to the no limit, because it's to the max of the scrutiny.
Nigga, what?
You talking about?
So until we figure out, until it's all the way settled and dead, or all the way dead, until it's put under the max of the scrutiny. I'm just saying for everybody. That's what
I do say or something like, what the fuck this nigga?
Bro,
The max scrutiny.
I'm just saying. That's what it,
and no
the
limit. What
max.
the fuck Master P got to do with scrutiny?
I mean, as in you need to bring the evidence, bring all the concrete. We need to see all the concrete.
Hey, now I know what he's talking about. He talking about them Nike coming out with some 3D Air Max. Hey, them hoes live.
Hey, if this shit just called the max scrutiny, I need to go get me a pair. Yeah.
What the?
What the fuck he talking about?
Because I know I can't understand what bro's saying, bro. What the fuck going on?
Scientific method.
He's speaking in parables.
It's science. Everything must be under max scrutiny. That's the science. Are y'all serious? You know what? That's the problem right there. But yeah, we'll get to that.
And I just scrutinized the hell out of what Yaya was saying.
Well, you ain't
but I'm proud of Yaya though, bro. He showed up. Nigga ain't duck no fade. He came through. He stood on his 10. You know what I'm saying? He presented his shit. You know, and he's still standing on it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, You got Spankler, bro. That's you know what I'm saying. But
Y'all just
you
don't.
right.
Y'all
They keep telling
understand.
you right there though, bro. With a
Nah,
little
y'all
bit more study, a little
nah,
bit more
bro.
understanding, bro, you can
You
really
don't
be whooping
understand.
them.
You heard what bruh said.
What?
I already had one OG already agreed and said it was energy already. You get what I'm saying? Then I had Uncle said it was 38 to 40. You get what I'm saying? Now I got this Yahoo, where the fuck that nigga is, this fake Bantu nigga. You know what I mean? It's saying some foolishness outside his neck. Yeah.
Nah, so yeah,
Hey, is
said
this old dude that be in the back
he
chat? Hey,
scored it
is
like
that
a
old
rocket.
dude?
So
Hey, is
he's
that old
saying you
dude?
got some points. Everybody said you got some points. They ain't saying you
Hey,
was
is
slow.
that old dude? Is that old dude that be in the back chat and Lions Den?
Who?
That Yahoo dude.
Josh Shoe?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he
him.
be in the chats.
Oh, yeah. Goofy ass dude. Hell yeah, I know this is. Yo at barbecue tomorrow. First thing in the morning.
Nah, he goofy. This shit
You
crazy.
know how you gotta barbecue me? You gotta debate me. I asked you to
Nah,
debate. You
nigga,
said
I'm
no.
putting I'm putting
Oh,
your ass in
remember
the
I
good.
asked you
Okay,
to
look.
debate?
I look.
You don't
What,
debate.
bro? Did you ever debate? Did you ever ask me to debate about what?
Yes, I did, bro.
What you asked me to debate about?
Oh, we never got to a goddamn topic because you told
Was
me,
it
well,
about?
I don't debate.
Was it about the Bantu language?
Do you believe that shit?
I think I put foot to your ass back there. Hey, Unc Ruben, where you at? Hey, put Unc Ruben up
Bro,
in
I
this
just
motherfucker.
shot the hell out the Bantu
Yeah, yeah,
language
yeah.
connection.
I think this old
He
buddy.
said my Uncle Ruben, where you at?
You
Hey,
believe
hey,
the
hey,
language
is
from
this?
Egypt?
Hey,
Hold
is
on,
this
wait,
the
wait, stop.
Christopher?
Yeah,
Is this
yeah,
the
yeah.
Christopher
Just pause.
Columbus dude? I know
Pause.
this ain't the
Pause
Christopher
for a minute.
Columbus.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Pan,
pause for a
panhandle
minute.
ass
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
gang.
Pause.
Go ahead.
Do you
Go
believe
ahead.
the Bantu language come from ancient Egypt? Correct?
Bro, I done killed that already.
Ain't none of you niggas killed that, bro, because you niggas ain't
I
never
killed
said.
it, bro.
Hey,
Bro,
Mel,
bro,
I just, hey, Mel,
I bought
I
three
just,
copies of Giant
hey,
Clyde and
Mel,
Bowley's book
hey, Mel, I already
and
just
cut that
smoked
shit
your
up.
ass.
I
If
had
you
some
want
Wall
to, hey,
speakers,
Mel,
some
if
Hey,
you want
French
a
wavy.
round
speakers,
two,
and
if
I
you want a round two,
dissected that shit. I'm
I
telling you.
give you round two, nigga. I just smoked your ass first
Shootout.
round, but I'll spur you again and give you a second one.
Yeah,
But
yeah, man.
Man, he smoked
Smoking
you
that
in
hey,
the
fetch, nigga.
opening round.
Stop
Yeah,
smoking
yeah,
that
for
Yes,
fetch.
real.
sir. Yes, sir.
He smoked you in the opening round. Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, he on that
Hey,
open.
but wavy, bro, you got some heat coming through the channel, bro. I already know the debate we got on Sunday with Josh Shube and Silky D. You know what I'm saying? Them boys coming on Sunday. That should be a banger too. So now y'all boys gotta bring it just like how these fellas brought it tonight, fool.
hell
Y'all
yeah,
gotta
boy.
bring it.
And then Joshi, man, you go study and shit about the Bantu language, bro. Coming from the Egyptians.
Oh, you want to debate him on that? Oh yeah, yeah. You want to debate him on
Hey,
that? Yeah, yeah.
Bro,
hey,
he's scared of
hey.
the look.
Where,
He's
hey,
scared.
yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on. Go
Where's the
ahead, get
point of
out, man.
contact at? Where's the point of contact?
Hey, look, hear me.
Let me get it.
Brody's
Hey,
scared
hold
to
on.
debate
Hey,
I
Ruben.
got a better question for you.
make
So
it quick. I'm finna get up
we
out of here,
know
bro.
when
I
the
just came
Egyptian
to salute y'all, boys, and give
civilization
y'all a shot right
we
quick.
know when the Egyptian civilization ended and the decline. When did the Bantu
Okay.
expansion happen? And did that Bantu expansion timeline match up with Egypt?
Look, I ain't finna get into that right now. You get what I'm saying? But I can prove.
Game
Hold on.
over.
Listen, highest game. Listen.
I'm
Highest
telling you,
game
bro.
over.
It's all
Look, hey,
chess,
hey,
yo.
hey,
It's
hey,
all
hey, Mel.
chess.
Hey, Mel. Look, common sense though. How is it game over, bro? If I'm willing to tell you that I'm not gonna give it to you because I might give you
But
the
you
wrong date,
So
but
you want
bro.
you
Look,
said you didn't even you said you ain't
bro.
gonna get
I've
into
been
all
drinking,
that.
bro. Look, I've been drinking, bro. I'm high and shit, bro.
Oh,
Like, come
you've
on,
been drinking during the debate? Okay.
right?
Gotcha.
bro.
That
Why you
explains.
think? Why you think I'm not taking this shit serious, bro? As y'all talking
Man,
shit.
come
Gotcha.
on, bro. Don't do that,
Gotcha.
bro. That's some bullshit, bro. You gotta be professional.
But you disqualified yourself in your own debate.
Don't do that, bro. Come on, bro. You niggas were.
Hey,
Bro,
That's what I'm
I
saying, bro.
I ain't get
Y'all doing
100%.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
say
yeah.
this though, yeah, for real, because
Let me
when
challenge
we
the niggas
doing
that
this, bro,
debate.
as young black men, right? We pushing this information, right? We
but
gotta
we
take
pushing
this
it.
shit serious, bro. When niggas trying to come, I know it's debating because ego, pride, all that shit. But if you're gonna present some information, bro, put your all into it, bro. Don't get on this bitch. You know, if that's what you choose to do, you can do that. But high and drunk and discombobulated, and then you fall back on that. That's be your reason for a lackluster performance, bro. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for putting out your best effort, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't come on, fam. We gotta do better than that, bro. That's some bullshit.
Listen,
Come on, bro.
Why would I take somebody serious, bro?
Because you
I ain't
challenged
talking
him
about
to a
male, though.
debate, fool.
I ain't talking about
Y'all
Bro,
agreed to
listen,
do a
I'm not, bro.
debate
Let
in
me
front
finish.
of people.
Hey, let me
Now, if
finish.
it was on some back chat
I'm
shit,
not
that's
talking about
different.
male.
Huh?
I'm not talking about male, bro. I'm not talking about male. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about the Yahoo shoe
Oh, I
bang
thought you said
too.
you
Why would I take him
a
serious,
male debate. My
Oh, I
fault.
thought you talking about
bro?
me.
Well, check
Bro,
this
why
out.
would I?
Check this out,
Bro,
Yaya.
why would I
All
take?
you
Why would
gotta
I
do,
take the Hasu
all
dude
you gotta do is debate me, my nigga.
serious, bro? You get what I'm saying, bro? You
Okay,
trash,
I'm trash. So show the world how trash I am.
bro. You the juice that pop out the trash bag when you lift it out the trash
That's
can
cool, bro.
and bust over.
So what you should do?
You that juice that come out
What
of
you
it.
should? So I'm an easy win.
Listen,
So since I'm an easy
listen.
win,
You're not ready for me.
super
You're not elite enough.
super wavy. Write this down. Here go the debate topic.
Listen, ain't no writing nothing down. Ain't no debate topic without discussing it with Yaya Bay too.
Because you pussy.
Scary,
You
nigga.
pussy.
You pussy.
Exactly. You don't want to fucking debate, nigga. Stop playing with me. Get up here and act brand new and shit, knowing damn well you don't want to debate. Because I was about to
Hey,
tell
I
you,
fuck with Wavy though
we
for
can
sure, bro.
debate
Hey,
a
man, I
relation.
still appreciate this
Is there
shit
a
for sure,
relationship
bro.
between
It's been
ancient
hell.
Egyptians and Bantus? And I'm gonna kick your ass, nigga. I'm gonna put my
It's been hella since I came on bro shit,
so
bro.
far your fucking asshole. You gonna burp my motherfucking iron toe, nigga. Stop playing with me.
Hey, Wavy, bro. Hey, it's been an honor for
Ain't
sure,
no honor,
bro.
nigga.
It's
Don't
been
run
hella
now,
since I've been
nigga.
on your
You
stage.
don't
Hey, yeah,
want
Wavy,
Hey,
it was
look.
a good show. It was an honor. Let me come up here and, show my presentation and my argument. Appreciate it.
Already,
Hey, that
already.
boy said you scary.
Go ahead,
You
honey.
pussy.
nigga,
Go ahead,
niggas
honey.
get mad because they get beat the fuck up. Nobody say they won and shit.
You'll be alright, man.
You the one that got beat the fuck up, nigga. You'll be alright, nigga.
Hey,
In about a month.
you'll be
You
alright,
gotta
bro.
heal up. Go heal up, my nigga.
You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
Go heal up,
I tell you what. Hey, Yaya, when you go do the review? Recap.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right, shout out your channel.
For sure, man. I appreciate you, man. Yaya Bay too, man. Go follow my channel, man. Awakening of the Inner Being, baby. Let's get it, man.
Already.
For sure.
Hey,
We're gonna do a
send me
recap
the
on
link
it
to that,
tomorrow.
yo. I'll watch it.
Shout out to the barbarians. Man,
Already.
Yashu.
For sure. Shout out to Mel for showing up for sure, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate
it. Hey, Yashu,
it.
everybody is saying that you need to host. I mean, you need to judge more debates. So we're gonna make that happen.
Hey, check this out.
Hey, somebody in the back tell like go face the fire squad.
Hey, Wavy. When Judah Nazareth debated, not Judah Nazareth, when JJ debated Cedric, what happened at the end? He didn't agree with the judgment, right? He went to bitching and moaning and crying and did videos. Same thing happened tonight. Is this something in the air, bro? Is this something in the air? Like it's something in the water? Why is niggas?
Nah. Yaya take his defeat. We gonna take his.
No, he didn't. He said he won. He said he won.
He probably gotta sleep it off. You gotta sleep it off.
I'm still the champ, baby.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Yeah, man. Good debate, man. Good debate.
Real good debate. What I was about to say, hey, tomorrow we got. Is Hemi still here?
I think so.
All right, tomorrow we got Hemi. I got a surprise for y'all. But tomorrow we got Hemi and Uncle Said. That's not the surprise, but I got a surprise for y'all before that. And Sunday we got who?
Silky and Jashu.
Silky and Yashu. Silky, do you have your PowerPoint? President, do you have your PowerPoint?
Yes, I do believe I do have my PowerPoint.
All right. Yashu gonna be trying to kick your teeth in. I'm just letting you know.
Hey, I second that.
Hey, these niggas are real funny.
Hey, and Yashu is not a barbarian. Yashu, what's the name of your game?
Yap game.
Yep.
Game. Yeah, Yap game. Hey, Yaya, I thought you was a Naga.
Nah, bro, I'm consciousness, bro.
Hey, go link up, Yaya. Go link up with them. Go link up with Ruben and Laurel. You already said Ruben name. Go link up with Ruben and Laurel. The miners got some information.
Hey, what y'all think Silky D gonna do in the debate? What y'all think about that
Listen,
happening?
they actually agree with me that everything is energy.
Hey, I'm finna
Like
hop.
OG, who
Hey, I'm finna hop off, y'all boys. Y'all boys be good.
Okay.
fool.
Hey, yeah. I'm about to hop off. Yo, it was good. Shout out to you, Wavy. Shout
Man,
out
I do
to
look at him, man.
Yaya,
Match again.
Chucky, Joshua. I'll let y'all later.
All right, Mel. All right, Hemi.
Hmm.
Hey, Silky, you talking about the debate between you and Yashu? I think you're gonna do good, brother. Long as you bring your information. Long as you bring your information, brother. I think you're gonna do.
Wavy,
I think
tell him.
you're
Wavy
going.
is my nickname. Wavy, hold on, Wavy. Tell him my nickname is the Source King.
Let's get it in. He said source
You
plate.
hear that, Yashu?
Is that not my nickname? Is that not my?
Hey,
is that not my?
I hope it ain't the AI King, nigga, because y'all niggas be doing that AI shit all the time, man. I hope it's not the AI King come Sunday.
Well, you can bring an outdated book if you want.
Okay. Well, you want some banter? I got all the banter for you Sunday.
Hey man, just bring whatever you like. Bring whatever you like, brother. Whatever you like is fine with me.
All right, now. Hey, we doing 3 10-minute rounds,
15.
15s.
3 15s, and 5-minute opening closing.
I don't need an opening
yeah,
close.
All right, 3 15s. We having the this Sunday, Suki versus Yashu. Did Christopher Columbus exist? I'm gonna get that flyer tomorrow morning.
Hey, Silky, I'm converting you to Luciferianism, bro.
Well, this is a scenario. Is that right?
Luciferianism, my nigga. You come to the church of Lucifer, my nigga. After Sunday, you gonna attend my church, my nigga. You a new member.
You know what, dog?
Baptize your ass Sunday.
Silk. Silk.
Hey,
Hold up. Honey say Yashu gonna beat you up. She capitalized the beat you up. Then she wrote, you gonna feel like a kid. What the hell? Silk, what the hell?
Hey, guess what I'm gonna do? Well, this is what I'm gonna do, man. All right, I'm gonna make you a silkite. All right, once I get done, you're gonna be a silkite.
A silkite.
I'm gonna make you a silkite.
You ain't got nothing to say to Honey?
She gonna be a silkite too. She gonna be a silkite. She gonna be a silkite peasant slave, and I'm gonna make Yashub a silkite general in my army. You know what I'm saying?
My nigga, I know you know what altar call is. Altar call, nigga. I'm gonna call you up to the altar, my nigga. I'm converting your ass.
You're gonna be a silkite by the time I'm done with you. All right.
You're gonna be a member of my church, bro.
You're gonna join my military ranks. I'm gonna use you to my disposal.
Yeah, man.
All right, y'all know what time it is, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody that tapped out. Y'all got me to my goal. I asked for 10 likes. The damn barbarians, the bar reloaded, informed me that I already had my goddamn 10 likes. So I appreciate y'all for getting them likes up. Hey man, another powerful conversation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out there stay focused. It's the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So Silky D, link up. We're going to the club tonight. You know what I'm saying? After 2:00. Everybody spend some time with your family. I'm about to go pick up my God and go to heaven. So that's what we all doing, right? Lucifer.
Hell yeah, my nigga.
Going to heaven tonight. Silky ain't going to heaven tonight. Silky is going to the white heaven.
I might be going to the white heaven with him, man.
Oh no, we got another snow bunny. Oh my boy, y'all Superthon. Silk, you got a partner. Shit.
You said, white nigga, I said I'm gonna make him a general.
Nah, but hey, no cap, man. Hey, man, woman, child, food, clothing, shelter. You know what I'm saying? Money, plugs, and motherfucking guns. Plugs is resources, by the way. Y'all seen me drop that goddamn Pine Club link in the chat. Get you some Pine Club, man. Know what I'm saying? This what I got on right now is sponsored by Pine Club. Know what I'm saying? Shout out Silky D. Shout out to my boy Lucifer. Hey, Lucifer, I got a surprise for you tomorrow, gang. So around like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock on Powerful Bills Only, I need you to be tapped in. You know what I'm saying? I got a surprise for you, Lucifer. And then Lucifer and Silky got a debate tomorrow. And Uncle Said and Hemi of the Barbarian
Sunday.
discussion tomorrow. So, and that will be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night about the biblical creation story. So either Hemi go put some hands on Uncle Said, or Uncle Said go tighten up them goddamn island trousers and be throwing some damn haymakers at the Barbarians. So it's going down tomorrow. Matter of fact, shout out to the Barbarians for getting back-to-back TV time on this motherfucker. Shout out to the Barbarians. Shout out to everybody staying focused and staying real. And man, we going by character this year. You know what I'm saying? We big on character. We ain't tearing each other down. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the information. Nothing gonna get personal. I'm not gonna talk about your girlfriend. I'm not gonna talk about your kids. Unless you go at me. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna try to keep it fair. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pack fair. We're not gonna shoot each other in the back. You know what I'm saying? No more black on black violence. And man, Yashub, I'll let you give us the closing for the night.
Yeah, man. Y'all come out Sunday. Watch me and Silky get this debate on, man. Appreciate Super Wavy for having me on the channel. Hit that like, subscribe. Hey, and more fire debates to come, man. I'm out. Peace.
All right, boss.